Good morning, lovelies. Oh, turn
Hi
that
guys.
down there.
I was taking a drink as soon as we started.
Oh, how's everyone doing? Christmas is
What's
almost
going on?
here. What's up?
Mm-hmm. No, I just said what's up. I will be, I think, taking over a little bit more in terms of the talking today because poor Catherine is still sick, still a little sicko over here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grace, I got
But she does have her voice.
I got my voice back. It's just there's still a bunch of phlegm in my lungs. So my throat is raw from coughing and stuff. But I do have my voice back. So I am thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna suck on another Halls here.
Yes, today, I wanted to start by talking about the David movie since I can actually articulate myself now instead of having to only do, 300 characters on Twitter. Um, and then we realized we never did a Christmas movie tier list, so it was like, well, goodness gracious, I think we need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and especially just because Kat's not fully there, it's like, let's just do something a little bit simpler. So sorry if you're getting sick of tier lists. We just need, we just need to kind of ride this out for Cat. We're doing it for Cat, guys. Do it for Cat.
Sorry for all the tier lists, guys.
Hashtag do it for Cat. But
Let me find a picture of the David movie. I'll put that up for you.
yeah. Thanks. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna do the SpongeBob thing. Hi, Milkman. Hi, DJ. Hi, Grace. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Labyrinth. I almost said hi, Hoodlamut. Hi,
You can say hi to yourself.
Frogmans. Hi, Zombie Slayer. Hi, Menos. I can't read sometimes. Hi, ZM. Hi, Marshmallow Mafia.
Hey, let's go.
And hello, Nix. Oh, and then Dance. Hello, Dance. I tried to do that on the last one, but Dance blended in with everybody else.
Dance like I am here.
All right. Everyone say hi. Grace being like the mom of everybody. Now, what do you say?
Oh my gosh.
But yes. While I'm waiting for Cat 2, I guess I'll just throw out a couple of little fun things that I've been noticing in terms of the entertainment world. There's this game called The Good Dog Chasing Shadows that's coming out, and you can sign up for the playtest right now. But you're literally a dog and you're warding off paranormal creatures to protect your family, and apparently it says it'll have online co-op. So that's cool. I'm into that. So I'm like, let me be a dog, dude. Let me be a dog. I want to be a dog. It says you can be multiple breeds. I'm like, yes, let me do that. That looks pretty cool. I'm kind of like shotgunning this too. So then there was also Expedition 33 has been just getting trashed on retroactively, which I think is the funniest thing. And it's just literally because people found out that they used generative AI in any way, shape, or form. Even if they were like, look, dude, we we patched it out of the game. Like it wasn't meant to even be there. They're like, nope, don't care. You suck now, even though they played through the whole game and said they loved it up until finding that out. So that's how you know who the NPCs are in the world.
Well,
like
you heard. Sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
My favorite part is like people saying that like this game was awesome, and then they're just like, oh no, it's AI slop. It's like you can't say AI slop when you were absolutely in love with the art direction and all the other stuff until you found that out. That means it's just you just liked an AI game and now you're like flogging yourself. You're what do they do that in certain religious sects or whatever? They hurt themselves, as a form of penance or whatever. That's what they're doing basically. Just be like, no, it actually is bad. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I liked it. I'm sorry. And it's the most what's the word I'm trying to say? Like spineless type of activity in my mind. I don't know. I think it's yeah, self-flagellation. There you go. It's so like I don't know what else to call it other than like they got the NPC chip put in, you know? It's like everybody
Mhm.
now has to think this way just because they found that out. And it's like, "But you don't understand what it's gonna do to the industry." It's like, "Bro, you didn't even know it was there. You liked it." It's like, "What so?" You know? And they
Mhm.
didn't even use a whole lot of it, which is the best part, is it's like it's not even like the whole game. It's not like they lied and said this game was made by people and then you found out later the whole thing was made by AI. It's not even like that.
Mhm.
It's real people used AI assets as placeholders for things and then they freaked out. And
Mhm.
I just think that's really funny, guys. I think that's really funny.
Well, now people are
What were you
like,
gonna say, Kat?
oh, I was just gonna say, you heard that they got their indie game of the year taken away because of that,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And now
Yep.
people are going at, what was it? I think Peak was the recent one that
Mm.
I've seen that people are going at being like, oh, this is like AI slop and stuff. And they're like, bro, what are you talking about? This, like,
Peak? As
yeah,
in the
Peak.
climbing the mountain game?
Yeah. Yeah. Which the developer came out and like said some colorful words.
Yeah.
But was like, no, we made this ourselves. Go take a long walk off a short pier somewhere else. It's
Yeah, some
just,
people
it's,
deserve to lose their jobs to AI when they act like that. And I've said that before, I'll say it again. Like it's when you start like it's become the insult to insult people if you don't like their game. It's not like they're a bad person. Now it's like, "Oh, you used AI because I don't like this game." And they don't even like they don't have to back it up with nothing, you know? They can just
mm-hmm.
say it. It's like you're not helping your cause. If you're really actively like if you really do have a heart and you're like a heart for the artists and you're like, you know, look, I don't want them to get overtaken by AI and this and that. You
Mm-hmm.
don't make a good case for yourself by attacking people. So that's
Yeah.
like the bottom line. So like if you're someone who feels that way, you should be supporting other artists and being like a positive experience. I don't even like using that word like positive, negative, like, but like you
Mm-hmm.
should be like being kind to other people and trying to like uplift like things made by man and just not uplifting things by AI if that's how you feel. But instead, they demonize it and they attack anyone that does, you know? It's like all you do is make yourself look like a bully. You look like the bad guy. So then people
Mm-hmm.
naturally are going to say, nah, I don't really care about your cause. And they're like, but what about jobs? They're like, ah, I think you should lose your job. You know, like that's how people are going to respond. So you don't even get the result you're after. I
Mm-hmm.
just, it's so dumb. And I haven't even played Expedition 33. Okay. I don't know anything about it. I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to play it maybe someday, but I have way too many games that I need to play first. And, I just don't got the time. So I'm like, you know, but I don't even, I'm not even invested in it. It's like, I don't I don't know if the game's good or not. I haven't played it, you know? I've just
Mm-hmm.
heard what people have said. I've like one of my friends said it may be like the best game of the decade for him and that it's like maybe the best turn-based RPG he's ever played, which are that's big words. You know, you're talking to the dude that likes that loves Chrono Trigger, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
I consider Chrono Trigger like the staple of specifically like JRPG type stuff, but like that
Mm-hmm.
turn-based kind of combat stuff. So, um, but yeah, it's like I just I just think, you know, the people that keep attacking stuff like that, it's like you're just not making a good case. So again, doesn't really
Yeah.
matter where you land on AI. I don't really care about that. It's just like if you're someone that hates it, you're not making a good argument for yourself when you attack people and you go out of your way to just say like something you don't like is AI slop and you don't even know. You don't even know if it's AI. You're just using it as an
Mm-hmm.
insult. Well, it has to be because and then they find out that it's not, and then all they do is put their little finger to their mouth like the freaking evil villain in the Austin Powers movies, and they're just like, "Oopsie, sorry about that. I'm sorry I sent a bunch of people to dox you and come after your family." And I'm like, I'm so tired of it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, no, we're good. We, no.
So anyway, those are just a couple of things as a quick little update. Didn't want to last on it forever and ever, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, I think it's good to talk about. And yeah, like DJ said, it shows people's character more than anything.
Hmm.
It's like,
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's so dumb. It's like, why are we making a mountain out of a molehill? Like, really?
Hmm. See, and this is the thing. Like, I just saw, where is it? Where's Grace's thing? I hate AI, but at least I'm a tasteful hater. Oh, okay, no, I read that wrong. Never mind. Never mind. That was I was gonna make a different point.
Oh,
Um, yeah. I just misread it when I first read it.
no, you're good.
Um, I get people's concerns over so-called AI tools, but I think the over-the-top reaction some opponents have is backfiring. Yeah, you're literally just
Mm-hmm.
gonna push people into the arms of it, and like I said before, it is here to stay. You can't get rid of it now. It's
Mm-hmm.
been created. It's out. It will never go away. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing that people can do now is put restrictions on it in different places, and that's going to be a feud back and forth of, what is restricting people's creative freedom versus actually, harming other people and so on and so forth. It's no different than any other robot that would take over somebody's job in the real world. People
Mm-hmm.
getting replaced in factory jobs with robot arms that can do their work like 3, 5, 10 times as fast as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's the same type of argument. It's just now the people that are mad about this one, it's just hitting them where they're at, where they're like, I wanted to be an artist though. They didn't care about it back in, when robots were taking people's jobs for other things that, was going
Mm-hmm.
against capitalism or whatever else. That's why I'm
Yeah.
just like, it's so disingenuous. I just don't care anymore. Um,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, I'm more like I've like had that kind of level-headed sort of like, I'm in the middle. I don't really care either way. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
freak out if I hear something use generative AI, and but I don't particularly go after using it myself. Anytime I've
Mm-hmm.
ever gotten artists, I've gotten real people to do it, but that's mostly just because that's what I like. I like doing that, and I like, and especially like if it's somebody I care about, like I like helping my friends out, like,
Yeah.
so or whatever. But,
Mm-hmm.
like if I had to prove a point or something, I might prove a point if somebody was like, "You have to use me, you can't use this." I'll be like, "Well, watch me," because those are the people that like shouldn't be artists. The ones that should be artists are the ones that don't attack people and are just like, "Hey, I just do my work and I keep my nose to the grind." And that's just my opinion on it. That's just like
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, man. So,
That's
anyway, that
fair.
was that. That was that. I just thought
Darn,
I'd bring that
welcome
up.
in, Raiders.
Hey, what's up, Darn?
Hello, hello. How was your stream? What were you streaming? Yeah, no, I
What
agree with you
is
on that.
good?
It do be do. Oh.
But agreed, it's a whole battle to determine what is ethical, feasible, and impacts people's lives. Yeah, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just it's the Wild West days. The Wild West is always going to be crazy. That's how it was in the internet's Wild West days. People were going insane over stuff, and there was no cybersecurity at the time. They had to figure all that out, and now we're where we're at. And some people might say for better, some people might say for worse. I'm kind of a little bit of both. I think cybersecurity is a good thing. I also hate that like the government got involved, and now like the internet is like kind of controlled by them. I liked it when it was the Wild West in that regard a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm always typically going to side more on the side of freedom than I am on the side of restriction. That's just my personal opinion. Um, but again, I think it depends on what you're talking about. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
what area even of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So anyway, shall we go to the David movie now?
Sure. I'll throw that up there. There we go.
Sick. Oh, just started Luigi's Mansion 2. Dude, are they good after the first Luigi's Mansion game? Cuz like I didn't know if they actually were. I just know Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube was like that's like a cult classic I never got to play.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I heard
I'd
good
love to
things
do that
about it.
someday. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, David. David. The Christmas story David. That's why it came out during Christmas time. Um
uh,
I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. If you haven't seen it and you would like to see it, do not watch for now until you see a tier list come up on the screen because I'm going to be spoiling some elements. Obviously, like I'm not going to be saying the exact entire thing, but I will say it is just the story of David. So it's like if you've already read the Bible, you've already been spoiled.
mm-hmm.
Um, for the most part. So if you don't want to be spoiled and you do kind of want to know about it yourself and go into it fresh and whatever, this is your warning to leave right now. Um, that aside, I really wanted this to be good, guys. I really wanted it so bad. I had seen that Angel Studios, like, years ago, back when, like, the first season of The Chosen was being teased. They were
Oh,
putting out
dang.
little, like, teasers for a David film that they wanted to make, and it had the same art style that they used in this, like, so they had it's been going on for a long time. According to the guy at the end of the film, 'cause, Angel Studios, if you've seen an Angel Studios film, at the end of each of their films, typically they have a pay it forward thing where the director talks about the film and then says, "Yeah, so if you wanna pay it forward and give a ticket to somebody else so that they can go watch it in case they don't wanna pay for it." Um, you know, the guy there, which was the director and creator of this, Phil Cunningham, I believe is his name,
Hmm.
he said that this film took, and I quote, 30 years to create. So this was going on before I was born. This this was conceptualized before I was born. Um, and it ended up being so very mediocre and so very sad, and I wanted it to be a lot better, especially like I was saying, after seeing some of those teasers, I was like, "Oh, this could be cool," because some of the teasers were like showing David with his, being a shepherd with his flock and stuff like that. Thank you, uncle. Um, mm. And so they they really like were selling it pretty well throughout that time. It's just it has some few major flaws in it that really hurt it for both adults and kids. Uh so what I'll say in terms of their trailer for Animal Farm looks terrible. Oh, don't get me started on that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the good things that I liked about it. Okay, we'll start with the good things that I liked, and we're gonna start
Mhm.
with the no pun intended, the elephant in the room, which is Goliath. Um, the depiction that they did for Goliath was actually really interesting in this, and I really liked it. They have a moment where before introducing Goliath, so like they have Saul goes and talks to the king of the Philistines or whatever, the leader of the Philistines, and the leader is just like, hey, how about we have two people fighting, whoever wins, like it says in the Bible. And Saul's like, okay, sure. And then he's like, okay, great, you agreed to it, so we have to do it now. And he's like, all right, bring out Goliath, right? And so then they have this very large, kind of bigger man, very, bigger than any other person there, very tall, but also very stout. He's very like heavy, very large stomach. Comes out and looks like Middle Eastern of some kind of descent, because he's got like the tawny skin and all of that, and giant shield, giant spear, and all this different stuff. And he like yells at toward the Israelites or whatever. And uh King Saul and Jonathan, who went out with him, both look at the guy and they're like, "Oh my gosh, he's huge." And, they're like, "Oh, this is crazy." And then the king of the Philistines says, "Oh no, that's not Goliath. That's just his armor bearer." And it actually is this really cool moment of subversion of expectation, because the character they had come out that made you think it was Goliath looked like what you would have expected Goliath to look like based off of every single artistic interpretation you've ever seen ever. Like,
Mm.
imagine in your mind pretty much any artistic representation, that's pretty much what they made it look like, but just like they made him a little heavier, like stouter instead of stronger.
Mm-mm.
So then they make way for the real Goliath, who then comes in, stomping and like shaking the ground as he's walking, type of deal, right? And and what they actually did, which was, it was actually really cool. To my understanding, some people have said that the Philistines were, back at that time, would have been more like Eastern European descent kind of type people, so like whiter
Hmm.
complexion. I don't know how true that is. That's just something I've heard, but that's the direction they went with him. So he's this kind of like very large Eastern European looking kind of like monster, and even the way that they designed his face, he's very pale. It's not just like white skinned, he's like pale. Like
Oh.
he's like a Voldemort pale type of a deal, right?
Oh.
Yeah. And so um he uh he comes out and he's got this really cool, like deep guttural booming voice, like just very monstrous sounding, really leads into like this, like the idea of what you would expect a Nephilim type of a feel to kind of have.
Mhm.
um where he's like a monster, but he's also like still looks like a person. It's very I actually really liked the art design for him. And that's another thing that I'll get into that I didn't really care for the Pixar look personally, but I'll get to that
Mm.
in a minute. Just in terms of his design, I get why they're not showing him in any of the promotional material, not even in this, as you can see in this poster here. They show literally every other character, including the Amalekites, which are like these like kind of like foreboding people that you can't even see the face of most of the time, who only show up for like 5 minutes. They show them, but they won't show Goliath, and so it's like it's very obvious Goliath is the selling point, and I kind of get why because he really was like a cool character. Um, I I really liked the way that they kind of designed him. He's very interesting to look at, you know. And for anyone wondering, it didn't feel like what do you want to say? It didn't feel like a like hit against like white people or anything like that. That's not what it felt like at all. Um, it was kind of just showing like so if the Israelites are more tawny skinned, it's kind of the it gave me the Star Wars effect, right, where the stormtroopers all the villains have like masks, right, because that differentiates them from the good guys who you can see the face of and identify with better and stuff like that. So that was kind of like it was kind of just like a hard line between, hey, here's the good guys, here's the bad guy in this case. Um, but he was the only one too, which is interesting. None of the other Philistines had the pale skin that he had. He was the only one that did too, which was interesting. Um, so he was cool. I liked him. Another character that I really liked in terms of the direction, in terms of like the character design. Can you even see him on the poster anywhere?
I can zoom in a little more. Give me a sec here.
I don't. I'm looking. I don't even see him on there. So if he's there, they made him really really small. But that would be like King Saul. Okay, King Saul looked really really cool. I actually really liked his design. Yeah, he's not on there.
Ah,
Not that I'm
bummer.
seeing anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, they have Jonathan. They have. Oh no, that's him up at the top. Oh, that didn't even look like him to me. Okay, yeah, up him like he's above the sling. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Um, he looked really cool. They like when they introduce him, he's sad because David has to go and play the harp for him or whatever, right? And they I feel like a lot of depictions people make of him are kind of lankier when they make him taller, like at least from some of the different ones that I've seen, they kind of or just kind of average. They made him like kind of really like foreboding looking. Like he looks like a king. He looks
Hmm.
really really cool. And they did this cool thing with his jaw anytime he was angry or like disgruntled where he would like grit his teeth or was disheveled, he would like kind of like do this slack jaw kind of like off to the side type of a thing. And it really looked cool. I just loved his design. I loved his voice actor. His voice actor did really really good for him. And hold on one second.
Hold it on.
Have to get through the frog throat every time.
Oh
Anyway,
no.
does it to me every time we do this. I don't know why. But so he was really cool and I really liked him and I really wanted to see more of him as the film went on. Um so he was another highlight for me. What else? There's one other thing that I was pointing out. It might have to come to me later because I'm not thinking of it immediately right off the top of my head.
Mm-mm.
But like there were some cool elements that they tried to do that I appreciated and I was like, if they would have been able to capitalize on that a little bit more, I think it would have been better. Which is now I'll just go into the negatives now, and then if a positive comes back, I'll backtrack. But that was part of the negative to me too, was is that Goliath shows up for like a total of like a sum total, like because they show a couple of moments of him in between other moments where then David is putting on the armor that Saul gives him and whatever. He shows up for like a total of 5 minutes of the entire film in this almost 2 hour long film. And he's like the one of the coolest, best parts of it. And he's only there for like just a short time before he's taken out.
Ah.
And it's such a shame because you had such a cool design. You have such a cool like concept for him. He really feels like this foreboding, evil kind of character. And I get why they did it because the rest of the film is focused on kind of like uh Saul and the Amalekites, which I'll get into that in a minute, because they were
Mhm.
trying to tell the entirety of David's story in 2 hours, and you can't do that. You
Mhm.
can't do that, especially not without cutting corners that are, one, not true to scripture, and two, don't really have any impact. But I'll get into that in a second. So they didn't have a lot of time on Goliath, which really made me sad. He's just, as soon as he comes, he's gone, you know? And I get it to some degree because like the Bible doesn't really focus on him too long. He like the amount that you see him in the Bible is about as much as they show him in the film. But because this is a kids film especially, that would have been the thing to focus on, would have been to focus on just young David's life up until Goliath. Like Goliath would be the main antagonist. And they
Mhm.
already took creative liberties by smashing certain elements of David's story like earlier into his life that didn't work very well. So it's like if you were already going to do stuff like that, you should have made Goliath the main villain. You should have had it be
Mhm.
that that was the focus. He was the focus. He was and like, like in my mind I'm thinking, how in Aladdin they jump between Aladdin and Jafar, and they're kind of, parallel stories going back and forth where Jafar's like, "How do I get the lamp?" And then you have Aladdin
Mhm.
who's using the lamp and doing things and whatever. It would have been cool to be able to actually see Goliath fight a battle so that you could see how foreboding he actually is. You could see just how
Mhm.
impressive he is. They focus on just his sheer size and whatever, which I get, because again, that's all you really see in scripture. But it's like that would have been what I would rather have focused on to really kind of sell the idea of like who can actually, because then when David actually fights him and wins, it feels more like an actual feat that he did instead of just like, oh well, he's got God, so it's totally fine, right? Like you want it to
Mhm.
feel like scary. You want it to feel like, is he gonna make it? Is that type of a thing. And they didn't because they didn't focus on that, they just kind of make Goliath this kind of one-off thing. And I get it, they kind of turned him into a threshold guardian, which ultimately in David's whole story he kind of is. But like it's just a shame when he should have been like the main thing. Because again, so then moving forward from that, you're making a kids film, right? And the
Mhm.
problem with trying to make a kids film out of David's story is pretty much everything that happens after David kills Goliath, which I mean technically that's a war story as well. But the
Mhm.
rest of it especially is a war story. It's all about fighting and killing people and slaughtering people. And they're trying to like make this something kids could watch. So there's never any actual fighting. Ever. Ever. There's no like there's
Oh.
like they run at each other, but you never see them really hit anybody. You never see literally one, well, let me think. Three instances of actual some form of violence happen, and that's David hitting a lion with his sling in the beginning, which I get why they do that. It's to show that okay, David can actually use his sling, so it's not far
Mhm.
fetched that he could sling it at Goliath or whatever. Okay, so that's one moment you have, and it doesn't even like destroy the lion. By the way, it just knocks him over and it like stuns him. Um,
Hmm.
you have where he slings the stone and kills Goliath, and then you have where David gets like punched at the end of the film by an Amalekite. Okay, and it leaves like a bruise on his cheek or whatever. Okay, that's the three instances. The rest of it, anytime, it's all subtextual. Like they have a moment where where Jonathan gets overtaken by the Philistines, okay? But all it basically shows is they kind of just like crowd around him and he kind of like slowly sinks beneath them like they're like the sea and he's on like a sinking ship on his horse. And it just leads you to believe, oh, they got him. But that's it. Like they don't show people clash swords ever really. They don't ever show people, even getting wounded or anything, like hardly at all. Like, and I get why. It's because, well, we got to make this for kids, they say. We got to, like, I know what they were thinking. The problem is, you cannot make a war story for kids and have it still be impactful because David's a warrior. That's part of,
Mhm.
that's half of his life, more than half of his life. Okay, he's a shepherd at the beginning, but then he becomes a warrior who's then a shepherd of like a nation, if you will, but he does so, he shepherds them through battle tactics constantly. That's all he does, to the point he couldn't build God's temple because God said, you have too much blood on your hands.
Mhm.
I have to give it over to your son. Like, that was his whole thing, is about that he constantly was fighting. And they don't ever show that. Instead, what they do is they make David this rather passive kind of, dare I even say, kind of feminized version of himself. And I hate wording it that
Mm.
way, but like, he saves the day most of the time through like song. Okay. He saves the day by being like a sacrificial lamb rather than going in and actually like fighting people. Like, the one time he fights is when he takes down Goliath, because of course he has to, because that's the story everybody knows. Okay,
Mhm.
but like well, I'll get to that in a minute. So again, like, they just tried to make a very violent story that has to do with a lot of people constantly being in war and suffering and dying and all this different stuff. They tried to make that for kids. And it was very funny watching, because it was so telling how well this story was actually keeping attention of people, because when I was watching like halfway through the film, I like looked down at the bottom row, because I was like way up like toward the back of the theater, so like I'm way up higher. And down at the bottom on the floor are a bunch of kids running around and playing together, giggling and all this different stuff, and their parents are kind of trying to get them to be like, shh, stop doing that, quit being like that. But they didn't care. They didn't care. They didn't care about the film. They were not
Mhm.
locked in, because it wasn't fun enough for them. It was too much like a lot of the film was a lot of talking and a lot of like, the what's the word? The emotional struggle of David, the fear of the people and stuff like that. Well, that's not fun for kids to watch. They don't care about none of that. They want to see a person fight a giant. They want to see stuff happen. They want to see stuff that's fun, that keeps them entertained. And but that's the problem, is the Bible's not a kid's story. It's often a very historical, political types of stories. Okay, people
Mhm.
fighting in wars and this kingdom to overtaking this kingdom. That's not fun for a kid to watch. So not only did you lose the kids' attention because it's no longer fun for them, right? But you lose the adults because they tried to smash all of David's story into the 2-hour time limit. Um, Part of that was like, they have the sacking of Ziklag, where David and all of his men, go there, and that's when they're hiding from Absalom, if you guys know the story. And they leave to go and assist the Philistines at one point, I believe is what it was, because they're like hiding within their territory at the time. And then they come back and they find out, oh man, the Amalekites had sacked Ziklag, and it says that everybody wanted to kill David, and they were thinking of stoning him, because how, you led us away from here, right? And this was during the time when David's kind of being a marauder. He's not probably trusting God as much, because he was afraid of, Absalom and all this different stuff. And so it's at this moment that David says, go get me the ephod. He puts on the ephod, and then he says, God, what do you want me to do, after this has happened? Should I go, and will I win? Should I go fight them, and will I win? And God tells him that you'll get everything back when you go. So yes, go, and I'll be with you, basically, right?
Mhm.
Well, that happens at the end of David's life. That's during Absalom, like his own son is trying to kill him, okay? But they put that during when David is younger, before he ever becomes king, when he's
Oh.
being chased away from Saul. They have Saul chase out all of his family and all of the people that cared about him, okay? That were his loyal followers. He pushed them out, and so those were the people that went to Ziklag. So they like tried to shove this part that happens way further on in the story into this part of the story, and it takes the focus away from what it felt like it was building into, which was King Saul and David's relationship, right? Which
Mm.
is which that's in and of itself a problem, because they never focus too long on any particular relationship. They
Mm.
needed, in order to sell the fact that, like, like when we see in scripture, there's like a really touching moment where David doesn't kill Saul in the cave, right? He cuts a piece of his tunic or whatever, and then when Saul leaves the cave, when he's afar off, he like comes out of the cave and he's like, father, because that's how he was to him. He was like a father figure. He's like, I could have killed you, basically, and I didn't. So why are you chasing after me? Why are you trying to kill me? I could have killed you and I didn't. and he shows that how close he could have been to do that. And you have this really touching moment where Saul is like, what am I doing? Before eventually turning back and saying, no, I have to kill him again. But like, it's this moment where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this to someone I called my son. But they never established that King Saul really is like a father figure to David in this film because they don't have enough time to do it. They're doing it in
Mm.
too short of amount of time. They also try to sell you on this idea that him and Jonathan are friends, but they can't sell you on it because they barely ever have any true interactions together. So by the time Jonathan actually dies, and they have this really dramatic thing where like silently like David screams as they're pulling him away from the battlefield and where he's like, "No, Jonathan." It's like just the viewer watching that is like, I don't care if Jonathan dies. Like, it sounds bad, but it's like I don't care because you never established him as someone that we should care about. The
Mm.
only thing they established in terms of Jonathan's character is that, oh, he loves God. Oh, he he trusts God. And where Saul is like, we have to get David. Jonathan's like, no, you're not the king. God is the king, and stuff like that. Okay, so they're trying to like build into Jonathan's character like that he's just this likable good person so that when he dies you'd feel bad. But that's not what does it in a story. You can't just rely on making them seem like nice and like, ooh, he's got good morals and character. That doesn't sell somebody on when they die, okay? That like it doesn't sell them on the emotional impact. So that's why I'm saying too, they shouldn't have made all of David's life the whole story. They should have had it just be about Goliath. They should have just had and elongated that so that you could have told a 2-hour long film that is just about like Goliath's part of the story. And then if you wanted to tell, King Saul going after him, you could have made a second film and then a third film with Absalom. The problem is you can't really do the other two films and do them justice if it's in a kid setting. If you're trying to like make it so that a kid can watch it because you're too afraid of showing a kid any violence whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work. So it's like again, so many layers. The film does not work because you were trying to broaden your horizons too far that you tried to broaden your target audience so far that now it's no longer for anybody. Now there's no target audience because it doesn't work for anybody. And that kind of leads into the art direction for me, which is and kind of the spirit of the film, which is they very very much were trying to fit in with like Disney Pixar. It's very obvious even in just like the animation. They have multiple song numbers throughout the film, which the songs were fine. Like they weren't particularly bad, they weren't particularly memorable, they were just there. And that's really
Mm-hmm.
what, to me, again, the fact that they were so mediocre and not even bad, it screams to me that it was like, what works for Disney? Oh, Disney does songs and dance numbers and choreography and stuff like that. That's what we got to do. That's going to get the kids.
Mm.
And instead you sell the actual like good like elements of the story in many cases that you could have built relationships in for song pieces. And it just, what it makes me think of? It makes me think when Pixar first was getting started and they go to Tom Hanks and they say, "Hey Tom, we got this new film we're trying to do. It's about toys, and what do toys do when kids aren't around to watch them? That type of a deal." And Tom Hanks said, "No, I'm not going to do an animated film." They're like, "Well, we really think you'd be good for it. Is there a reason you won't do it?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm not." He's like, "I am not getting up there and doing no singing and stuff like that. I'm not doing that."
Mm.
Because everybody at the time assumed that the only successful type of film that was animated had to have song numbers in there. It had to
Mm-hmm.
have because this is before Tarzan. This is so that we're talking. This is coming off the hills, the heels of Aladdin. This is coming off the heels of Beauty and the Beast. I think The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which would have been like '94, Lion King. All those had song numbers in them, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
that's like what people had to reference for the most part. And so Pixar doing what they did was different. It was very new. It was very unique in that regard because it was telling just a story but with animated characters. Um and so it makes me think of that they were thinking like how older generations did when Pixar was coming out, which is, well, it's got to have some songs in there. And they're like, no, 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 we're not putting songs in Toy Story. We're not the characters are not singing. We're just telling a story. They're like, but you have to. That's what works. That's what I feel like they did with David. Is like, well, we got to have it. We got to try to
Mm.
make it fit in. with Disney stuff so that, we got to give them biblical Disney. No, don't. That's your problem is you tried to put on a mask that for one people are sick of, by the way. They don't want to see Disney right now because they're tired of them. They don't like the
Mm-hmm.
morals that they're doing. So anything that even makes them think of that is going to be like, ugh, for one thing. But secondly, you have to create your own identity. You cannot be the new Disney. You have to be the new you. You have to, because otherwise, that's all people will see you as is you're a Disney ripoff. That's all you're ever gonna be. And so because they tried to do that, it's like even the animation, like I said, it's too clean for me. It's too like, like some of the character designs, like I said, are kind of cool, but it's so rubbery and it's so, like round and just I don't know. Because in my mind, I think of that versus Prince of Egypt. And anybody
Mm.
that's seen Prince of Egypt knows what that art style is like. It's very unique. All the characters have like weird kind of elongated fingers and like kind of longer necks and like, like the shapes of their forms are just very interesting to look at. And in this it's very it's what people have come to know what 3D animation should look like in their mind, right? So it looks like an Illumination Studios film, that type of a deal. And I just feel like there was a little bit of a missed opportunity where you really could have done something kind of unique. Um, and again, this is coming from somebody that loves like anime and like a lot of anime. It's a lot of the same, right? It has a very specific look to it, but at least in my opinion, when you're talking about anime, it still feels like unique because everything is like hand drawn and everything is like even within its own style, people do like different characteristics of anime. It has a similar kind of a look, but they do like, different like thickness of lines and stuff like that. They have different ways of drawing characters even while still looking a particular way. It's like a
Mm.
genre of it, where every kind of Disney Pixar film kind of all looks the same. They kind of all have that same style, and it's like that's what Disney did, and it worked for them for a long time. And so it's like it just would be nice if people tried to do something, that was more unique. They did their own kind of a thing. So, but that's just kind of my opinion. That's more of like a niche or not niche. It's a nitpicking kind of a thing. But
Mm.
because the landscaping and stuff was like really pretty. A lot of the like landscaping of what they were trying to show of like the Middle East kind of promised land looking areas and stuff was all very very pretty. Um, but like yeah, I don't know. It's just like the characters to me. It was like okay, yeah, it's just kind of the same. It's just kind of boring to me. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So then going back to like the story elements, it's like by trying to make the whole story be like all of David's life, a lot of the stuff that happens later in David's life you put in the center of his story and it just doesn't flow very well together because they make it be almost like a Scar situation from like Lion King where Saul is actually like he starts off being like David's friend sort of. They don't really even establish that. He's just kind of still
Mm.
his king. But then he becomes the true enemy, the true antagonist, right? I mean, and maybe Scar's not the best example, but in my mind, I'm trying to think of like a Disney villain where okay, like a Hans maybe is
Mm.
Hans from Frozen,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he
yeah.
seems like a good guy and then he's not the good guy, right?
Yeah.
That's that's maybe more accurate. And so
Okay.
they focus on him being like kind of the true villain. But the problem is because they're not willing to fully commit to the idea of what David's story is, we don't know what happens to Saul after a certain part in the movie. He has a moment where again, so going back to when David like they show the moment where David cuts off a piece of his tunic while he's taking a break. He's not even sleeping. Saul isn't in the cave. He's just taking a break and he's
Mm.
just got his like head in his hands or whatever. Um he chops off the tunic. He comes out of the cave and he's like, "Look, I could have killed you and whatever." And David like walks up to his men and is like, "You're like my king. I all this different stuff." And they don't kill him. They let him get close to the king so that he can hug him. And then King Saul is like, "Oh, wait, what am I doing?" And he pushes him away and then he leaves, okay? He leaves to go back to the kingdom. One, just story-wise, that feels so weird because it's like, why you should kill him right then. But they're trying to make it be like, oh, the love that he has for King Saul makes him feel like I don't want to kill him. But like in the actual story, they're like multiple yards away from each other. He's like screaming this from a mountain because if he were to be right up close, they probably would have killed him. They'd been like, "Whoa, you can't be that close to the king, die," you know? So like it just even in like a story context, it doesn't really work. So again, so he like hugs him, Saul runs off, and then the Philistines find out that oh, Saul chased away his warrior, the one that took down Goliath, so we don't have to be afraid anymore. Which by the way, they never really show David fight, so it's like why do they consider him a warrior? They literally in the film never really show him fight. He goes into battle on a horse, but he doesn't even carry like any weapons. he just like he just is chasing people away half the time. That's all he's doing. But anyway, so the Philistines say, "Let's go get King Saul since he's, in this kind of disheveled form. Let's capitalize on the fact that he chased away his greatest asset, which is David." So then David catches wind of this. He says, he's at Ziklag, because again, they advance the story too quick. And so they're in Ziklag with his family and stuff. So all the men get together and David says, "We're gonna dress up as the Philistines. We're gonna like assimilate into the Philistine army without them realizing it. And then when they try to attack Saul, we'll take down their generals. And then they won't know what to do because there won't be anybody to help, to coordinate everybody." So they go, they do that, they assimilate, they go in there, they leave the women and the older people and the children behind, and they go and right before David is like gonna maybe try to attack, he does pull out like a sword, like he's maybe gonna do something. They look back and they see Ziklag is on fire, and they're like, "Oh no, the Amalekites turned to Ziklag because it used to be a Ziklag city, but it was abandoned, right?" And so they're like, "Oh no, they returned, and now they're attacking them. David, we gotta go, we gotta get out of here." And so David's like, "No, but he's going to kill King Saul," who we never see, by the way. Again, the last time you see King Saul is he runs away from the battlefield, or excuse me, he runs away from the cave area where David like hugged him and said, "I could have killed you, but I didn't." Um, that's the last time you ever see him. So we're seeing the Philistines storming Israel, basically. And David gets pulled away. That's when Jonathan dies. And then he leaves and he's like, "Oh, I have to go to Ziklag. I have to go save my family." They never show what happens to Saul after that. That's it. That's the end of the story for the Philistines and Saul. You never hear about them ever again. That's it.
Oh.
Now it's about David and the Amalekites. That's it. That just immediately stops the story on that part of it. Why? Well, because again, it's a kids' film. They can't show what actually happens, which is that King Saul gets wounded because the Philistines are overtaking him. And he then has to be like, "Give me a sword so that they don't capture me." And his armor bearer says, "I can't do it, King. I can't run you through." And he's like, "Give it to me then." And then falls on his own sword, right? They can't show that in their mind because it's for kids, right? They don't want to get the backlash from the parents, these Christian moms that'll come after them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and in my mind, though, I'm thinking the way you could have gotten away with that, though, and still like wrapped up King Saul's story, who was he was a bigger role in the film, but then they have like the last enemy, the Amalekites, be the thing that the film ends on, basically. You could have just had it be like what they did in Tarzan, right? They showed
Mm.
a gruesome thing happen in Tarzan. They show Clayton get hung, okay? But they show it in silhouette. So you see him fall with like the vines wrapped around his neck, and then it cuts away and it just shows in the thunderstorm of like the lightning, right? The lightning flash and it shows his shadow, right? And it shows him swinging back and forth, and there's like a line, the shadow line that goes from his head up to somewhere, up in the trees. So we know what happens. Okay, we know that something happens in terms of like a film setting, but they couldn't do that in this. They were too afraid to do that. They didn't want to show, Saul fall on his sword in silhouette or even allude to the fact that that happened because they were probably too afraid of what people would think. That's my guess. And so again, because you half baked it, you absolutely murder, you neuter this story that is about David as a warrior. It's really goofy. So then at the end of the film, the Amalekites come, right? And they take everybody. And so then David goes back, and all of the men that went with him are like, "Why did we listen to you? We shouldn't have listened to you." They never say, by the way, that they want to kill him or they want to stone him. They just blame him, okay? They just say, "It's your fault. It's your fault. You did this. You did." And so then David is like sad because they took his mom and stuff like that away, which that was another thing, okay? They have like this his one of the supporting characters is his mom, who we never hear of in the story of David, by the way. I don't even know who
Mm-hmm.
David's mom is. Okay, I don't remember who it says Jesse even marries. Okay, we don't even know who that is. Okay, so they make this Ema character, mom in Hebrew, I believe is what that is, Ema,
Mm.
and she's like trying. She's the character that when David, like when he's young, says like, I don't know if I can be king. How am I supposed to be king? Why was I the one that's anointed? She's like, oh well, basically all good things come in time, and she's like a weaver, right? So she does like a lot of seamstress type stuff. She does pottery and stuff like that. Pottery, that's not what I meant. She does a lot of she does a lot of sewing is what I was trying to say. She does like making clothes and stuff. And so she's showing David at the time when he's young, she's making like this little kind of mini tapestry type of thing, but you can't really make out what it is, okay? And then she's like going throughout the story typically like he'll return to her and be like, "What do I do, mom?" And she'll be like, "Just keep following God and keep doing this and that." So like you built up this character of his mom. You could have made that be like his relationship with Jonathan, with King Saul, with all these people that actually matter to the story. It's like
Mhm.
why would you go with the mom? She's not even in the story. But anyway, so then, so I said all that so that going back to Ziklag again, David's like distraught because everybody's been taken away, but he sees this little tapestry, right? The tapestry that his mom finished, and it's a tapestry showing when Samuel first anoints him at the beginning of the film. So it's like depicting that. And so he finds that after doing this kind of song number where he like screams out to God, like, why did this happen? But, like, they never show him he never says, "Go get me the ephod." He never prays to God and says, "Should I go and get our people back?" He never does any of that. He literally looks at the tapestry his mom gave him and says, "Oh, yeah, I was able to overcome Goliath the first time because I came as a shepherd, and I'm trying to now come as a king, which I'm not that yet. So I need to go and get the people back as a shepherd." What the frick? Why? Why? Whoa, what are we doing here? Like that's like
Mhm.
not David's story, but they tried to keep him in a shepherd identity. And that's not what David was. He started as a shepherd, he turned into a warrior. Like that was the shepherd shows what the humble beginnings he came from and the type of heart you have to have being a shepherd to take care of other people. I get that. But then to try to make that be his whole character, that's what I'm saying where he became passive because how does he go and try to save all the people that the Amalekites took from them? He goes by himself, by the way, first off, which is not accurate to the biblical story. He goes by himself and he comes with a song number. He comes singing to the Amalekites, saying, I won't be afraid, and all this different stuff. And they're like, well, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm here to get my people back. I'm a shepherd to them. I'm supposed to take them back. And they're like, you and what army, right? Which is a very good, very reasonable thing to say,
Mhm.
right? In terms of like a story context. And David says, well, I have God, first off, but then he's like, uh, all these people that you've captured, they can stand up against you. I'm like, you mean the women and the children and the old dudes? Are you kidding me right now? Like my brain is melting at this point watching that. And so then David is like, he's singing, don't be afraid, this and that. And halfway through the song, the leader of the Amalekites like clonks him over the head, right? And they take him, and all the people that are captured are like, oh no, David, oh no. So they tie him up, they string him up in like a pseudo cross position, okay? Like it's not truly a cross position, but his arms are above his head. So he's supposed to be like a representation of Christ. He's a sacrificial lamb. That's why he came very peacefully. Okay, I get why they did that. Okay, but they have him strung up, and then while he's trying to sing again, he tries to sing, I won't be afraid, whatever. The Amalekite punches him. That's the other time that's the time he gets punched and a bruise gets left on his face. Then after, like while he's singing, all the people that are captured, one woman stands up and she's like, I won't be afraid. And she like sings, and then they knock her down. And then a little kid stands up, I won't be afraid. And then they knock the kid down, and then everybody starts getting up together. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You're trying to do the Disney thing by singing, and it's supposed to be a different form of reality because that's what musicals
Mhm.
are. Is there you can't think of them as normal reality. The problem is again, this is a war story. It
Yeah.
doesn't work in a war story. It feels goofy. It feels silly. You're letting the women and all these people stand up. They would have just killed them if they tried to do
Mhm.
that. They would have just slaughtered them. That would have been it. It was so annoying. And so then after they're singing and the Amalekites are like, stop this right now, get back down, you stay down, you this and that. That's when all of the men come and support David. They come over the crest of the hill and they come running down and they chase the Amalekites away. Again, chase them away. They never actually attack any of them. They just chase them away. Um, and that's basically it. That becomes the end of the film. Then it shows where David becomes king. So we never see what happens to King Saul. He literally disappears from the story. We just have to assume, oh, the Philistines overtook Israel. But then it's like, wait, so did David have to get Israel back from the Philistines? Like, in terms of the story that they show us, we don't know what happens. They just kind of, David wakes up after being strung up by the Amalekites. He's like, oh man, oh, I'm so sore. Yeah, you're so sore from like one punch to the face. Okay, cool. But he's acting like his whole body's like really sore, which is really goofy to me. Oh, hey, Lizzie's here. What's up, Lizzie? Hey.
Lizzie, welcome in, Raiders. Hello, hello. Get raided. Let's go. Merry Christmas. How
Hey
was your
there.
stream? What were you streaming?
A rare hood crash out. Yeah, man. I crash out over animation that irks me. But anyway, it's like so then David like walks out to all the people of Israel and they're just like, "Yeah, you're king now." And he's like, "Oh, cool." And they give him a signet ring and all this stuff. And that's kind of how the film ends. Okay? I can't stand it, dude. Yeah, Lizzie, by the way, we're talking about David. So you
Yeah.
missed pretty much most of everything that I said. You'll have to go watch the VOD again. But yeah, it was so without, and that was what was so sad to me, is because they just absolutely neuter the story for the sake of trying to make it for kids, but then it's not for adults either because it loses all the impact. There's none of the characters have like true relationships. It's so incredibly, it was such a missed opportunity when I thought, man, this really could have been something that could have rivaled, the animation going on. Yeah, it was like, I'm not a big fan of like particular art style. I'm like, I think it'd been cooler if you tried to do something a little more unique, but it
Mm-hmm.
still could have been something that really kicked the rest of them in the teeth. And in some ways, it still kind of did because, according to things that I had heard, Disney and some other animation studios were trying to basically fearmonger like theaters into not playing the film. They were trying to pressure them into not playing David, which means they were afraid of it. That's what that means.
Mm-hmm.
They felt threatened by it. So at least in that regard, it still is a form of a threat. And I will say, if I have to have any silver lining, I do think this film was better than stuff they've been doing previously. Some of the stuff they were doing previously, I couldn't even watch it. It was so bad. But I wanted to still support them and give them money so that they could keep having more money to do better things in the future, because how else are you going to ever try to get people to make better stuff without them being funded, if you just give up on them immediately. And so, but the problem is, so right now they're riding the good graces that they have. They have the Christian film industry has a unique opportunity right now because
Mm-hmm.
everybody hates Disney. They just don't want the garbage filled in their heads and their kids' heads and stuff. So they're willing to put up with less than good films for something that just doesn't taint their kids, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a great opportunity, and I feel like they keep squandering it. They keep making films that are mediocre at best. At
Yeah.
worst, they're just not watchable, okay? And it's like they need to get better writers in there. They need to get people who actually understand the craft of storytelling. It's not just about the meaning. You have to show a good method or you're not going to get the meaning across properly. You lose the meaning in the sauce because you don't know how to tell a story. You don't know what the proper story beats are. You don't know how to do payoffs to things that you had earlier in the film well. You don't know to create believable relationships in a short amount of time. Like, these are things you have to figure out, and that's part of mastering script writing. It's part of mastering storytelling. You have to understand the archetypes of characters, like what kind of, like a hero versus a shadow figure versus a mentor versus, whatever, a trickster. There's all different types of characters that do
Mm-hmm.
different roles and do different things, and sometimes can put on different masks if you know how to do it properly. And you can tell a really compelling story in a short amount of time when you know how to do that. And again, here's another issue. The other problem is when you make stories that are about biblical stories, you run the risk of not being able to tell the story properly, because on one hand, if you try to tell the story just as it is, there's not enough context in the biblical stories oftentimes to tell a compelling enough story for an audience to watch, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Bible doesn't clearly lay stuff out all the time. It is what is it, like, it's history, right? It's just talking about what happened. It's not saying what the characters were feeling. It wasn't saying any internal conflict. It wasn't saying anything that it's all just historically based. This happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and someone's just writing all this down, okay? So it tells a story, but it doesn't tell a complete story. So that's why a lot of these film translations of biblical stories don't often end up working well because if they're trying to tell it just directly, like from the Bible to the script page. Like it doesn't work because you don't have a lot of the stuff that makes a story good in the biblical context. Like you just have the outward conflict, you don't have any inward conflict most of the time. Okay. But then on
Mhm.
the other hand, if you try to tell a biblical story and you try to use any form of creative liberty whatsoever to say, well, I think that this character might have done something like this based off what we know in history and this and that, you see it happen with The Chosen. Okay.
Mhm.
Now you have all the Christians coming after you saying, I can't believe you put that in the Bible. Don't you know you're not supposed to add or take away from scripture? I can't. And it's just that forever. And
Yeah.
so this is the problem with, and so this is what a lot of Christian filmmakers try to do. They're like, let's tell another biblical story. Stop telling biblical stories because it's not behooving you to do that because you can't tell the story properly no matter which way you look at it. You need to just tell an original story. Like if they would have made a Christian animated film like this, but it was like a completely new story, that would have behooved them better than trying to retell a biblical story again because you're always going to tick people off and most of the time they are too for lack of a better term, they're too much of cowards to be
Mm.
able to just try to do a biblical story where it's like, yes, we don't know what happened, but we're trying to fill in the gaps that we don't see in scripture to actually have something that feels compelling by the time you're done. Because again, a lot of the biblical story doesn't say what the characters are feeling or going through at the time. So, trying to take contextual clues, trying to take like, maybe the Psalms so that you can understand where David was at during those times. Cause you know, a lot of the Psalms tell where David's mind was, when he's getting chased by his enemies, when he's, you know, jubilant because of what God did for him, all that stuff, right? But, that's the only way. That's the only way you can possibly do that. Otherwise, you got to tell something new. And that's I think what happened with David is it's like, well, and ironically, I'm sure there will still be people that are mad because they'll say, that's not what happened in the story. That's not, that was happened during Absalom's time when the Ziklag thing happened. That's not, you have to go. So you're not even like adhering
Mhm.
to the people that want you to tell the story by the letter of the book, you know, anyway,
Mhm.
because you're trying to still tell a story that fits into like 2 hours. So you either got to commit and just tell those other people to kick rocks, tell the legalists to kick rocks, or you got to tell something different. You can't tell a biblical story like this again. You got to do something different. That's the only way. So anyway, that was kind of just how I felt. I was very sad. I really wanted it to be good. I really wanted it to be something kids would. That's another thing I forgot to mention
Yeah.
too is like the part that they tried to throw in for kids was like they have the animal sidekick like every Disney movie does. Um and it's basically this little lamb that David helps birth called Tally and it is it's only in the film though for like the very beginning portion, and then it's gone, and then it's not there hardly at all. Like it doesn't even hardly show up. So it's like they don't even utilize the things that they're trying to like mimic Disney with properly. They're like, oh yeah, we need to have a sidekick like Disney does, but then they don't even use the sidekick. It's just there for a second and then it's gone. You know, they have like this little sister character again, another little sister. Does anybody know in terms of the biblical context? Did Jesse have daughters? Does it ever say that he just had daughters? Because if they did, okay, that's fine. That means that they're trying to utilize that in the story. Certainly the daughters are not talked about. Nobody ever like we don't even hardly know them. Okay, we might know their names. They might have named them, but we don't know anything about them. Okay. It does not say that, I believe. See, I don't remember it either. Okay. But they say that in this story that David has a little sister. Okay. And this little sister, they try to make when she's little, they try to make her a form of comedic relief, but she ends up just being annoying. She ends up just being so obnoxious. Every time she interjects with something to be funny, it's just intrusive on what's going on. The main area where she does it is when David's getting anointed by Samuel, and she keeps interjecting to be like, "But does that make me a princess? Do I get to be a princess now? Am I gonna?" It's like, stop talking. I don't want. You're so annoying. I don't care about you. You're not even part of David's story. Get out of here. You know. And so again, it's like all the areas you tried to take creative liberties don't don't land. They don't have any impact. And then all the areas that you tried to be like by the letter of the law, kind of they're not done justice because you're not giving enough like impact through the characters' relationships or through David's overall story. Like it just nothing works together well, you know? And it's so sad. It's so sad because I feel like it had such potential. It could have went places. And again, I stand by. I think the Goliath, the way they made Goliath in this film is very cool looking. I actually think he was like my favorite part of the film. I wanted to see more of him, and I'm like, oh crap, they're gonna kill him in like 2 seconds now because I know that the story's like his part of the story's about ready to end. That sucks because I really would have liked to see more of him. You know, it would have been cool to see him be this formidable opponent, to see him actually take people down, to see like to show more of him. Again, if you're going to take creative liberties, you might as well full send it and just say what would have Goliath been doing during this time? Would he have ever, like surely we don't see it in scripture. We just know that like when it introduces Goliath that he's the Philistines champion. Does that mean that the Israelites never have heard of Goliath before? You know? Or could you have made it where the Israelites actually did know about Goliath and everybody knows he's like this haunting thing, right? It's like you don't want to go up against the Philistines. They have giants over there. Their main fighter's Goliath, right? And then when they say, "Oh, let's do a fight," you can go up against because technically I think how the story of David goes, they don't have the king of the Philistines come out and talk to Saul like they do in this film. They have Goliath come out. Goliath comes out if I remember correctly and he says, "We're going to take you over, but I'm going to give you a chance," basically. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. He's like, have one of your strongest come out and they can fight me. And if I win, then you'll become servants, right? So it's not like they duped the Israelites into fighting Goliath like it shows in this film. In the biblical story, Goliath just challenges them and says, if you don't, it's just over for you. So I'm giving you a chance. Who wants to fight me? Otherwise, you're all screwed, basically, right? Like they weren't giving them a choice. It was simply, come fight me or else, right? And so you could have played into this idea that the Israelites knew who Goliath was and he's this formidable fighter. You don't want to fight him. You don't want to do, you know, and really built up how scary he was to really make David's courage feel strong. Because that's another issue is they have Jonathan as a character as Saul's son. When Goliath comes out and says, "Who wants to fight me?" Jonathan actually goes in this film. He goes up to King Saul and says, "Well, he can't stand up against the armies of the living God. Let me go fight him, and I know God will be with me." What the heck? Why would you do that? In the biblical story, David is the only one who has the courage. That's what makes him special. Everybody else was afraid. Everybody in the army was afraid. But because they need Jonathan to be someone you like and they can't spend enough time on him with David to show that they have a relationship that you should care about, they have to just make him somebody who's similar to David, right? He has the same like mind as David so that when they kill him later that it will hopefully have a sting to it. But it doesn't. It doesn't at all because we don't care about Jonathan. So you murdered both sides of the story. We don't care when Jonathan dies. And then when you tried to make him likable, you sacrificed the fact that David is not special anymore because Jonathan could have taken his place. Right? Like David was special because he was the only one that was courageous, this young boy when all the men were shaking in their boots, right? But then there you go. It's like now you have Jonathan, so why didn't we use Jonathan instead? You know? It's just it's so silly. It's like they just every decision they made felt like contrary to what would have helped the film thrive or what could have made in a biblical context, make it seem correct or whatever, right? So it's like you sacrificed the biblical like sticking to the true biblical narrative for creative liberty, but then in the creative liberty you didn't even make the film like entertaining properly or make the story make sense. So you lose on both fronts. It's just yeah, that's basically that's where we're at. So, you know. Yeah. Anyway, that's my analysis. Um if you care to see the film, again, go check it out for yourself if you want to see if you feel the same way. Um, but yeah, that's basically. Oh, that was the other thing. I knew it would come to me eventually. The one other thing that I actually did like in the film, and basically the only part that was ever funny that actually landed for me was when David is trying to dress up as the Philistines to go and infiltrate. His sister comes out of their little home that they have in Ziklag and sees him and thinks that he's the Philistines coming upon them. And so she starts whacking him with this stick or broom or whatever she has, I forget. And he's like, "No, no, stop, it's me, David." And she's just like, "Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't realize." And then out at like off frame when they're looking at David and they're laughing about the situation that she was attacking him, his mom comes and tries to like she jumps on his back and starts trying to attack him because she thinks he's a Philistine too. That actually was kind of funny, like because it was like a 1-2 punch. It's like, oh, even the mom was trying to jump in and fight the Philistines and stuff like that. But they ruin it a little bit too because then they have the sister character start hitting David again. He's like, "Oh, why are you hitting me again? You knew that." No, it's me. And she's like, "Sorry, instinct." And it's just not funny. It's just like it's really lame. It's like they needed to just have the mom attack and then have the little sister be like, "No, no, mom, no, it's fine. It's David. It's whatever." And then it could have been an actual funny moment, but they
Aw.
just they tried to ham it up too much, you know. But again, it does feel like they did try to slip in there a little bit of like girl power again too because they focused on this mom character who isn't part of David's story in the biblical context. This little sister who definitely isn't focused on in the biblical context. And again, it's like you have some of those moments where they're playing bigger roles and it just feels like they had to check off a box. Oh, we got to have, female representation because people are going to get mad if we don't have that. And it's like, yo, that's just not David's story. This is the other thing, okay? And I'll end with this because if I was going to do this story, they easily could have made this a knight in shining armor type of a story. They easily could have done it if they would have focused on just the Goliath part of the story, and that would have been the whole thing. Because if anyone remembers in the story of David and Goliath, like that area, when David goes out to give supplies to his brothers, his brothers tell, he overhears them talking and they're like, "Yeah, whoever can defeat Goliath, King Saul will give, he'll basically make it so that they don't have to pay taxes in the land. He'll give him some riches and then he'll give him his daughter in marriage." And David says, "Excuse me, what will the king give to the one who takes down Goliath?" Right? And he says it twice, and then that's why his brother steps in and is like, "You just are a lover of war. You just get out of here. You're being a dumb kid. Go back home." Right? They could have capitalized on that. And if they were going to take creative liberties anyway, your female character that you felt like you needed to have a checkbox for could have been Michelle, who he marries anyway. He marries her. So after he defeats Goliath, you could have shown him marrying her at the end. And again, like kind of like how they
Mhm.
do in Aladdin, right? He gets the girl. You could have had him get the girl, but they never even have Saul have a daughter. It's like that's a character that's actually in the story. You take her out and you put in these other characters that aren't even in the story, the mom and the sister. Why? You had it. So what you could have done is like maybe David has a prior relationship with Michelle, so he kind of knows about it, right? Again, if you're taking creative liberties anyway, you could have had like again an Aladdin type situation where he meets with the princess secretly or something like that at different times, and she's just like,
Mhm.
"Oh, but I have to be, given over to somebody else in marriage because that's just how these things work, haha, politics, and she's not
Mhm.
happy about it. And David's like, "Oh man, she was so, again, it's kind of like Aladdin, I get it, but that's actually what happens in the Bible is that he eventually gets her because he defeats Goliath. So you could have had that kind of built in. And then when he finds out, oh, they'll get, his daughter or whatever, then he'd be like,
Mhm.
"Wait a minute. Excuse me?" You could have done that. I mean, technically the daughter that Saul gives is his oldest daughter, not his youngest, because Michelle's the youngest daughter, because Saul gives his oldest daughter away to somebody else just to spite David. So then David,
Mhm.
I think, then he takes Michelle. But the point is you could have done something with that. Okay. You could have done something with the princess as a character and had the female representation you wanted and still have remained like closer to the story than what they ended up going with. So I'm like, it was free real
Mhm.
estate. It was right there for you. It was right there for the taking. They could have had this like, cute like thing where they were like, dancing together or something, if you wanted your song numbers. And then King Saul is just like, "Where are you? You to present yourself to the, to basically be out there so that, we need somebody, like I could have seen even like King Saul in his cowardice kind of area or whatever, like in that mode. He could have been like, we need some incentive for someone to go fight Goliath. Here, daughter, come out here and like show yourself to them so that they're that to inspire somebody to go and fight him, right? Like
Mhm.
you could have had some funny moments like that even or whatever, but yeah, it just I that's all I could be thinking is I'm like, where is the but it's because they didn't want to focus on that part of David. That's the problem too, is because again, David is a very human person. He's not perfect, but they try to almost make him perfect. They try to make him be like this sacrificial lamb character. When very obviously part of the reason he fights Goliath, yes, is because Goliath is going up against God, and he's like, well, he can't talk that way about my God. What the heck are you doing, right? But the other half of it is he's like, this sounds pretty good. Not having taxes, getting to marry the princess. That sounds pretty cool. That's very obvious in the story. That's what he cares about. Okay,
Mhm.
so you could have still made him human, and also had him still stand up for God. You just it felt squandered. You had it there and you threw it away, and I just don't know why. So
Mhm.
anyway, I forgot. That was the last thing I wanted to say because I'm like, man, you really could have, and it still could have been a really good kids film by doing that because it would have focused more on the giant, which is Goliath, and more of those type of exploits and stuff, right? It's anyway. So there you go.
You know
But
what this show needs? Women. You know what it doesn't need? Women that are actually in the storyline.
yeah, don't
uh,
have any of the ones that would have actually been in there. It just needs to be ones that we created. Let's take creative liberties and tick everybody off, but then not even do it well when we tick everybody off.
mhm.
But
It's just, oh my
David
gosh.
might have white skin more than brown because Goliath noticed his reddish face or something. So I've heard that before. A lot of people actually say that they think that David was redheaded because when it describes him, it says that he was handsome and ruddy, is the wording that scripture chooses. But to my understanding, ruddy does not mean about hair color. It means because it's saying it means red. But the idea of when you call somebody ruddy, that typically means flush in the face. So it means
Mm.
like so yeah, according to like what Hezekiah is saying, like it very well could have been that he was like I don't know if it means that he was white necessarily. It would have been more like that. I'm guessing it just meant that he was healthy. To say that somebody's ruddy means that they have blood. If you see blood in the cheeks and stuff like that, that means healthy. When you're
Mm.
pale in complexion, that means you're not healthy, right? So they were trying to get across the point that he was a healthy, young, strapping man, right? Um, but a lot of people depict that as him having like a like reddish hair, and I don't feel like that's the way that that part of scripture is supposed to be interpreted. So, um, the Bible says he was blonde, right? Not to my understanding. I don't think it says anywhere that he was blonde, unless you can provide a scripture that says that. It just says that he was handsome and ruddy. Those are the two
Mhm.
um, adjectives I believe that it uses. So,
Yeah, that's all I
but yeah.
remember.
Anyway, that's it. Ancient source material exists. The writers. I'll pretend I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Must have been the
Uh
wind. Yeah.
That awkward moment when a Japanese gotcha game did a better job portraying David in his youth than here, from what I'm hearing at least. Uh,
Yeah. 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 It was sad. It really I wanted it to be good. And it wasn't even like even been fine even if it was good for kids. But it wasn't even good for them because they were so bored out of their minds anyway.
mhm.
So
Which is unfortunate because again, that was the whole point of it, was for the kids, but then the kids aren't even interested, and it's like,
yeah.
what
I
heck?
just if I'm like my personal this is my personal opinion. Maybe this is a hot take, I don't know. My personal opinion is if you're going to try to tell the stories that are in the Bible, if you're going to try to retell them in a film setting, a TV setting, whatever, you have to do it for adults. You have to. You
Mhm.
cannot take it because so much of the Bible is rated R. So much of it is rated R. You have to make it where you're showing violence. You have to, in some way, you don't have to show it, but you have to like show quote unquote in some way, shape, or form the different assaults people did on other people. You have to, like when Lot's daughters have children with him while he's drunk and stuff like that. Like you you have to have some of these more gruesome elements to really tell the story properly, or you lose all impact, you lose all effect, right? Like, imagine if they tried, which obviously I know they obviously didn't even touch on it. Imagine if they tried to tell part of David's story and they went through like the Bathsheba part, but they're trying
Yeah.
to do it for kids. Imagine. You can't. You can't do it for kids. You can't. It's not possible without dumbing the story down to nothing, you know? The
Mm-hmm.
whole reason it's bad is because he committed adultery and then murdered the husband. That's that's the story. It's just that's just part it's like these are real events that happen to people, and real life is not it's not clean. It's very messy. So, the
Mm-hmm.
only way that the Bible can be told appropriately is in a brutal context, which means that kids probably can't watch it unless in certain, depending on the story, certain contexts where you can like explain to them and say, hey, this is just what happened, and see, isn't this again like even to some degree, okay, I think you can get away with it better when you're telling like the story of Jesus, but even for kids in that regard, it's like they dumb down some of the actual gruesomeness Jesus went through, but then the kids still don't even really feel like quote unquote entertained or understand. It's like you almost just need to give them the full extent, like it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. And I feel like this is what people would have taught their kids in ancient times, right? When they're telling the stories about Jesus. Well, what happened to him? Oh, he was like crucified. You mean like what the Romans do to people? Yeah, yeah, just like they did that to your savior. Yeah, they did that to him, right? Like they
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have held punches back then, but because of the society we're in now, where everybody infantilizes kids and treats them like they're stupid, you can't even really like trust them with any of that because everyone's too afraid of scarring them and stuff and whatever. Yeah, the basket
Yeah.
of foreskin story led to some explanations though. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, and again, yeah, obviously, again, that's my point too. Is it's like there's just a lot of stories that just are not you can't really make that in a kid's setting. You can't make
Mm-hmm.
an animated kids movie out of that. It's
Yeah.
meant for adults because it's real life stuff that happened. It's gruesome. Okay. They put John the Baptist's head on a silver platter for no other reason than that the wife didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They ate their children, okay, in Jeremiah's time. Like it's bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
really bad. And if you try to dumb that, like this King Solomon well, not really threatened. He tricked the two women into thinking he was going to cut their baby in half so that he
Mm-hmm.
could figure out which one actually had the baby, so that so that way he could say give it to her. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like cuz these are real things that happen to real people at different times, and real life is gruesome. It's not cutesy, it's not fun. So my hot take is it's really you just got to kind of make it for adults. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got to be like that. And then if you don't want your kid to see it and the kid's like, "Oh, Bible story." Well, we'll read the story for now, but I'll tell the rest to you when you're older. And it's like otherwise, or you can watch this when you're older. And I feel like otherwise you end up dumbing it down and it just loses all impact. And no greater example have I found yet than specifically this David film. A
Mm-hmm.
war story that has no fighting in it hardly whatsoever. No sword clashing, no nothing. It's like, oh, but anyway.
Yeah. I do agree with Brady. Have you ever heard of the Story Keepers?
Rings a bell, but I don't think
It
I don't know
was
it well anyway.
it was basically this ragtag group, well, family kind of dealio back
Oh,
from
you mentioned them
when.
before. I just remembered. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brady brought that up. The Story Keepers did a pretty good job for kids. They didn't hold back on the stuff the Romans tried to do to Christians. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
Like they never like went into graphic detail, but yeah, like there were sword fights, there were people thrown into the lions like Colosseum and stuff like that.
yeah.
There was Nero trying to burn all of Rome down and stuff, or not Rome, but yeah, like there was all
Yeah.
that. So,
In terms of like a story context, if you want something to be impactful, you have to be able to show the bad stuff to some
mhm,
degree. You have to be able to make it feel impactful. If you don't, it loses its impact.
mhm,
So, yeah, I don't know. I think the most creative people can find ways to do certain things, but my personal opinion is it's just really just almost impossible to do that with biblical stories in most cases. The reason Prince of Egypt got away with it is because there's no actual fighting that happens in the Prince of Egypt story.
Mhm.
Moses is just going to the Pharaoh saying, "Let my people go." And the two violent actions that you see throughout that film are the firstborn dying, and you don't even see anything happen to him. You just see the Pharaoh lamenting over his son's death.
Mhm.
And then when Moses pushes the dude off of the rafters for the whatever the pyramid they're building or whatever, and he falls, and then I think you see him on the ground or something. Maybe I can't even remember
Mhm.
if you see that though. So again, it's not like heavy violence. It's just it's
Mhm.
but there's a couple of things that involve death in some way, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
you can get away with that one better because of that, but a story like David's you can't. You have to show the fighting.
mhm.
So
Well,
anyway, I've
even
talked about this too long. We should probably get to the
no,
thing,
you're
but go
good.
ahead.
Well, even like with the story keepers, like they didn't shy away from those things. Like what was it when um Mary and Joseph like fled so that Herod wouldn't find them. Like they talked about all the babies being murdered, and like they even talk about like there's even one point where like you hear like off in the distance like you hear all these women like just wailing and crying. And it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, like it was a thing. It was a serious thing that happened. Like you don't see anything,
Mhm.
but you hear.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I
Anyway.
think in a lot of cases a lot of people just don't give kids enough credit. They don't
Mhm.
think that they can explain certain things well. They don't, and I feel like our society kind of has made that happen, but it's like I don't know, man. It's it's unfortunate, but I just again, I think it could have been done a lot better. And
Mhm.
honestly, if they just would have made it like an animated film but for adults, and then they could have shown stuff, and then like, oh, but you could take your like teens to see it or something, right?
Yeah.
Um, but they wanted to make it something that like was family friendly. Well, David's story isn't family friendly. Sorry, it's not. Like the
Mhm.
Bible's not quote unquote family friendly. It's just the reason that it doesn't immediately hit people bad is because it's all text based, you're not seeing anything. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, agreed.
But
What was
anyway,
this?
Christmas films, guys. Christmas films.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Let me
We're
see
going
here.
we're going to do a tier list of Christmas films, and I can't wait for another green bean casserole situation to occur. This is going
Nah.
to be great.
It'll be fine.
Oh, I love that ho ho horrible. That's great.
Yeah, that was already there, so I was gonna whoops. I was
Cole
gonna
worthy.
ask if we
Okay.
wanted to
They already
adjust.
they already have two of them. We got to do the other three.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Top of the nice list is good, but great and all right. I think got to.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What are we feeling? What are we thinking? Oh, thanks for
What
the
do we
hydrate,
think,
Grace.
guys? What do we think, guys? What are we thinking? Great and all right.
I kind of want to
What
put
would we put there?
green for like brilliant, just in honor of uh Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Oh, that's fair.
Brilliant.
That's fair. I'm okay with that.
And
I see the
then
thought process.
um I'm trying to think what would be like middle.
Middle of the road, just an okay Christmas film.
Mm.
I didn't get what I wanted for Christmas. Or maybe
Ah,
stocking stuffer, you could say, maybe.
yes.
Stocking stuffer.
I think stocking stuffer is perfect. Cause like it's not great, it's not bad. It's just
Mhm.
kind of somewhere in the
It's
middle.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's decent. Yeah. It's like, it's a
Mhm.
stocking stuffer.
It's a
It's
nice
nothing
little thing.
nothing too special, but nothing too it's not bad. It's just not that special.
Okay. I love that you tried to make the green one for Grinch. Is there something that can be in relation to that film that actually lines up with Christmas though? Just because all the rest are Christmas and Brilliant's the only one that's not
Um
Christmas.
no, that's a good point. Trying to think here.
In honor of since that's your favorite film. I'm trying to think of what other quotes he has. I'm feeling. Um,
It could be I'm feeling. I know it's not very Christmassy, but
it's not. Yeah, I was trying to think of
um,
Christmas ones, but
it's hard.
yeah, because it's like a lot of it isn't. A lot of the stuff that has to do with the Grinch is anti-Christmas until toward the end, so it's like
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Oh,
Mm,
oh, oh. What was it? Was it the Cheermeister?
the what?
The Cheermeister for like Christmas. That's why Cindy
Oh,
invited. Yeah, yeah. I can't, but that would be like top.
true.
But that's
We
mm,
can leave it. It's fine. I just thought if we could have something because the rest are all Christmas
yeah.
themed. That one's more of an inside joke. So
Oh man. Jolly good
jolly
ones.
good ones.
Hey, that could work. I'd be okay
Hmm.
with that. It doesn't have to be Grinch related.
I was trying to honor it since it was your favorite.
Nah, nah, nah. It's okay. It's okay. We can do Jolly good.
Sure, holly jolly good one maybe.
I can type
Holly jolly.
Holly Jolly. And that works. Yeah. All right. Top a nice list. Holly Jolly one stocking stuffer Coleworthy. Horrible. And then haven't seen.
Perfect. Haven't seen. That was a Christmas movie.
uh,
Ugly sweater energy. Absolutely. I'm ready. All right, we got it now. So we got top of the nice list, holly jolly ones, stocking stuffers, coal worthy, and ho ho horrible. So, man, I'm gonna end up making some people upset. I can already feel it now.
nah. You'll be just fine. Let's see
All
here.
right,
I wonder if
what
I
do
should
we
make this.
got?
Let me just make this a little bit bigger here. There we go. All right. So, whoever made this list had these in like really random order. So, first
Okay, that's fine.
we have the OG Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think that
That is a good
is,
one.
yeah, I that is definitely a classic.
Hmm.
I think
It
it's
was not
good.
one that I grew up with. Yeah,
Really?
I did not grow up with that particular one, no. So
Oh,
I would say objectively, I think it's a holly jolly one, probably.
yeah,
Um, but it's not. It wouldn't be top of the list for me personally.
yeah. No, I'd agree with that. Like again, it's a classic, but
Hmm.
I go out of my way to tell. No, I go out of my way to watch, Jim Carrey's one.
Hmm.
But I like I'll watch this one if people are watching it. If they want to watch a Christmas one, I'll watch it because I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll go out of my way to make sure I watch Jim Carrey's version. So
That's fair. That is fair. Hood Cat can't tell you today since her voice is busted. You're fine. Thank you.
what do you mean?
What do you, what do you
What do
mean?
you mean? I'm just
I've never
dying
seen
over
a
here.
Christmas movie ever in my life. Ever? Not a single one? Are you
Are you
gaslighting
sure
me right
about
now?
that?
Are you sure about that?
You want to think about that for a second? Sorry, I just need another cough drop here. Oops.
Mm-hmm. Slamming halls like they're Tim Tam slams.
Yeah. Oh, Brady bought me some Tim Tams yesterday. I'm so happy.
Nice.
He got me 2 packs, not just one. He got me 2.
Ooh. Jealous.
Okay, we
All
have
right.
next one. Okay, Kurt Russell, The Christmas Chronicles. I don't think
Never
I've
seen it.
seen that. Oh, you haven't seen either?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there's
Nope.
The Christmas Chronicles 2, which I'm assuming we both haven't seen. I'll put it there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, never seen it.
Um,
Not if
next
it's
we
Kurt Russell,
have
especially.
Office Party. I haven't heard of
Never
that.
seen it.
All right.
Mm.
Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. I don't think I've seen that.
If I've watched it, I don't remember. So
All right. This is gonna be a fast tier list, guys.
I know. Some of these are
Uh
ones that's just straight up never heard.
yeah, we have Jack Frost. I've heard of it. I may have seen
Okay,
it,
I
but
have
it's
seen this one.
okay, I was gonna say I may have seen it, but it's been a hot minute.
This is between stocking stuffer and Cold-worthy for me. It's okay, but it's not a great
Mm-hmm.
film. It's like a just a good one-time watch, I guess. It's kinda like the
Mm.
the snowman is kinda a little bit creepy,
Yeah.
but yeah, I forget who the main character is, who the main actor is. He's a famous dude. Is it Michael Douglas, I think?
Oh man, I can't
Um,
remember.
but yeah, he dies and then he becomes Jack Frost, which he gets reanimated as a snowman by his kid, and so that he can hang out with his kid
Mm-hmm.
for a little bit longer. And so it's it's got some of
Oh.
that. It's definitely in Christmas time, um, and I like it's fine. It's whatever. It's not like I don't like if it's on, I don't go away to watch it, but
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't absolutely despise it. It's like it's a 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the vein of 90s Christmas films where they just were kind of doing all sorts of stuff. So
Okay. Well, we can leave it in stocking stuffer for now and then adjust as we go.
yeah.
Let's see here. Santa Claus is coming to town. I don't think I've actually
Oh
seen
yeah.
this one.
It is a classic. I have seen it. It's been a long
Oops.
time. Not my favorites. Those are not my favorites personally.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
So
one of these
it
then.
would not
Whoops.
be it would not be horrible. I'm thinking more Cole worthy only because they're just they're it's funny, they're classics, but it was like they're classics even though everybody knows that they're not very good, you know? It's like
Mm.
a lot of people feel like you got to watch them every year even though they're terrible, but it's like I don't feel that way. I'm like if it's on, they're kind of cute. Like, they got some good like memorable songs like well, this one I don't think particularly does, but there's other ones that are part of this claymation type series,
Mm.
um, stop motion series that like the shoot, what one is that one? The I'm Mr. He Miser, that one.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
those ones are later down. Again,
mhm.
I don't know how or why they uploaded these the way that they did, but that one is on there.
Yeah, so that one is better in the series, and it's got some more memorable songs. Put one foot in front of the other. So this one was like to my recollection, it's just not extremely memorable.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Worthy sounds good to me. Next we have
Yes,
Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny.
never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Uh, okay, there's
Oh, a
a
Muppets
Muppets
Christmas.
Christmas Letters to Santa. So it's not
Never
the
seen
yeah, I haven't seen that either. A
a
Christmas
Christmas Carol.
Carol.
Oh, oh, is that the George C. Scott one?
Yep.
Can you read it?
Yep, it has George C. Scott on it. Yep.
Oh, 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 top of the list. That's a great Christmas Carol film.
Oops. I lost it. Come here.
She let it go. She put it in horrible.
Sorry. My mouse is
I'm telling you
dying.
right now, that is like the peak Christmas Carol film. That one is
Oh, really?
so good. Yes, George C. Scott is a perfect Scrooge. It is so good. And the way that he like plays Scrooge like after his change of heart too is so wholesome.
Aw.
It's like it's the Christmas Carol film. Like that everyone needs to watch that one. It is so good.
I'll have to add it to my list. I have not seen that.
George C. Scott's a really good actor too. So
Nice. Okay. A Charlie Brown Christmas.
you're gonna hate me. I don't think I've ever actually seen a Charlie Brown Christmas. I've seen a bunch of clips, but I've never actually seen it all the way through.
I'd put it top of Holly Jolly ones.
Okay. All right. Fair
It's
enough.
it's like I don't know. I like Charlie Brown in general.
hmm
Um and hearing um the behind the scenes about it and stuff. Um who was it? They're actually I believe that the creator of Peanuts comics and stuff is actually a Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when they were told like, "Hey, we'd like to give you guys like a chance to do a Christmas thing." Um they were like, "Yes, we're going to make sure we have like like the Christmas message and all that. And just I forget all the details of it, but apparently like they kept getting run through the ringer. Like all these like the deadlines kept changing and then the restrictions kept changing and it was just thing after thing after thing after thing and was just rough.
Mm.
But eventually yeah, they got it out and the when the TV channel that was going to air it found out that oh well they're putting the gospel message in there. They put it at like the latest time possible, but there were so many people that supported them that they stayed up and they watched it. And then other people were like requesting it and other people were requesting it and they're like it was just so good. Like we all want more. And
That's hilarious.
it was just yeah, for the amount of crap they got put through. And again, I'm sick. I don't remember all the details, but the amount of crap they got put through, it blew up and became
Hmm.
a classic for everyone and everybody loved it. So, I thought that was really cool.
And everyone loved that.
Yep.
Very
uh,
good. Okay. I'll have to watch it in its entirety at some point. I know that story that you said, and I know elements of it. Like I've seen the Charlie Brown tree that everybody knows with the little one bulb on it.
mhm.
Um but but yeah, I've never seen it in its entirety. I think I've seen like that ending part where it does say the story of Jesus and all that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But but yeah, no, I've never seen it in its full entirety, so
Hockey stick. Hockey stick. Oh man. All right. Well, our
my
next one
goat,
here. Yep.
my
I
goat,
have a sneaky suspicion. I know where you want this one.
my goat. It's a Wonderful Life. Top of the top, nothing beats It's a Wonderful Life, and you can all fight me on that. It's a Wonderful Life is peak Christmas movie
Mhm.
forever. It's just a good movie in general. It's just a good film. I forced Kat to watch it the other night because she said she didn't like it. I'm like, you need to watch it now that you're older.
Mhm. And I
Oh,
do
it's
in
so
fact
good.
like it. So,
You found it mid, bro. You got to watch it again. Then you didn't watch it right. You didn't watch it right if you found it mid. That's all I can say.
yeah. It is yeah, it's a lot better now that I'm older and I actually understand things. So,
Hmm. It's just a
mhm.
movie about a dude who gets crapped on his entire life and then has a Christmas miracle. That's the whole thing. The whole thing is like it's so good. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that doesn't know.
Mhm, mhm.
It's so good. But a Christmas movie? It is a Christmas movie. What do you mean?
I was going to say
What do you mean,
it
Grace?
happens on Christmas.
It happens on Christmas. They're getting ready for Christmas. He runs through the town saying Merry Christmas. Come on. Come on. That's definitely a Christmas movie.
If Whatchamadoodle can be a Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I mean at least in the hearts of the people.
Okay, here's where we get a bunch that like I haven't seen before. We have Hey Arnold, Arnold's Christmas.
I didn't watch Hey Arnold growing up, so
We have SpongeBob Christmas.
SpongeBob. Okay, you did see that one because we watched that one together.
Oh, it is that?
Mm-hmm. That's This
Oh.
Christmas feels like the very first Christmas to me. That one. So,
Oh, okay, okay.
mm,
Eh,
it's fine.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like I
I'm okay.
okay.
I will say it's like it would be high stocking stuffer for me only because like
Mhm.
when it used to come on all the time during Christmas, I would always want to watch it. So like,
Mhm.
but it's not like it's not saying the meaning of Christmas or nothing like that really
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
much. But
But yeah, no, I'd put it
um,
top of stocking stuffer for sure.
wait, let me see. Who said someone in here? Does it tell about Christmas? Do you mean It's a Wonderful Life? Does it tell about Christmas?
I think
It
so.
doesn't tell. It doesn't say like the meaning of Christmas or nothing like that. I see my okay. My personal metric for if it's a Christmas movie or not does not. It doesn't mean that it just falls on Christmas, but it also has the actual spirit of what Christmas is about on
Mhm.
top of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So they don't have to sit you down and say, Christmas is about Jesus or have like a little narrative where like, it's not about this or this or this, it's about this. If it actually shows that, like, if it actually shows that spirit in there, like, it's talking about, like, the whole goodwill toward men and all that, and that's why so to me, uh, It's a Wonderful Life, even though it doesn't focus on, like, straight up the whole Christian element of things, it does focus on the idea of the goodwill toward men and, I mean, it has to do with God, like, the whole story is God showing an angel George Bailey's story. Again, I'm trying not to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it because
Mm.
I think you should watch it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but I mean, to me, it thoroughly shows like what the true, you know, like spirit of Christmas is supposed to be in that
Mhm.
regard. Whereas like someone might be able to argue, which is why people are something like Die Hard, it takes place on Christmas, but it's an action film, right? So it's like,
Mhm.
can you call Die Hard a Christmas movie when it doesn't really have anything to do with the elements of what Christmas is? You know, it just
Mhm.
takes place on Christmas. That's it. That's its only defining feature for being Christmas. The rest of it is stopping evil German bank robbers from robbing a place or whatever, right? So
Mhm.
it's a little different.
I think it's funny. I wonder if the producer gets bombarded with like, "Is it like this is a Christmas movie?" It's like I never even considered this was going to be a thing when I
Yeah.
made this film.
Bruce Willis says it's
Ah.
not a Christmas movie. Yeah, see, I mean, and I used to always say it was a Christmas movie because I always thought I thought it was kind of funny, but I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know if it is. Like, it's been a while since I've seen it, so like, I don't feel like they ever talked about the Christmas spirit. They don't. They have Christmas elements in there,
Mhm.
like him killing the one dude and then writing on his his like the little like on a little plaque that he puts on him, and then he sends him down the elevator, and then when Hans Gruber sees him, he's just like, "Now I have a machine gun." Ho ho ho. Right? Like that's really funny. But it's like so they have like Christmas concepts, but it's not really yeah, I will
Mhm.
argue it's a Christmas tradition. I can see where it'd be a Christmas tradition, but to say it's like categorically a Christmas movie, it's not really about Christmas,
Mhm.
you know? It doesn't have anything to do with Christmas really. It just throws in some Christmas elements, I guess. So
Mhm.
it's like, I don't know. It's like I don't really feel like that counts. Where like It's a Wonderful Life actually has to do with like Christmas stuff and the
Yeah.
spirit of Christmas. The whole like most of the story doesn't take place on Christmas, but like the part where it ends on it like really like leans into that heavily. So it counts for me. You
Mhm.
haven't seen Die Hard? I can't even say your name. I'm so flustered. DJ, DJ, you need to watch Die Hard.
Ah, my gosh.
Daniel Judith, you need to watch Die Hard right now. Like literally right now. You need to go.
Daniel Judith. Ah.
I cannot believe what I'm witnessing right
Personally, I'd listen to Bruce Willis himself when he says Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's a Bruce Willis movie.
now.
Ah.
Well, hubris aside, I mean, I'm kind of more inclined to agree with him as I've gotten older. I used to say it when I was younger, but I'm more inclined to like I don't think it's like you don't sit down to like, for Christmas to watch Die Hard for the sake of Christmas. You sit down during Christmas time to watch Die Hard because Die Hard's a really good movie. It's like and it just
Mhm.
happens to take place on Christmas. So,
Yeah,
yes,
my
make
folks.
him watch it, Grace, please.
Mhm.
Make him watch it.
Yes, please do. My folks will sit down and watch Die Hard, but that's just because my dad really likes Die Hard. So,
Mm-mm.
but okay. Next we have Rugrats: The Santa Experience. I haven't seen that.
I believe I have long time ago. I believe if I
Okay.
remember correctly, I think they focus more on Hanukkah because
Oh.
Tommy's family is I think canonically Jewish, I believe.
Oh. Okay.
Um it's good. I think it's good. It's a good I would say it's within the stocking stuffer. I'd say it's below probably SpongeBob's. Well, no, cuz I think if I remember correctly, they actually focus on like biblical stories in Rugrats, so that might actually push it
Oh,
up for me.
really?
Yeah, like they show like I remember at one point they show like Tommy as Moses in one particular story.
Hmm.
Um I think I'd put it above that. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember it was good. I think it talks
Okay.
about like the meaning of Christmas and all that stuff. So I
Okay.
liked it.
Okay. Nice. Next we have The Nutcracker: The Untold Story. I don't think I've seen that.
Didn't watch.
Okay.
Never watched.
Then we have something Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's a good
Oh,
one. Part of the Lampoon series. I'd say that's Holly Jolly for me. I think it's funny.
okay.
It's very goofy.
I haven't seen it, so I'll let you decide where it goes.
You can put it at the bottom. It's very slapstick, very farcical, but it's funny. I think it's funny.
Okay, okay.
Mm, you know what? I'm trying to think though, because Holly Jolly's ones that I would like want to repeatedly watch. Would I want to repeatedly watch that one? Maybe I would. I've only seen it one time, so I'm trying to think. Like,
No
do
worries.
I care? Like, well, we can leave it there for now.
Okay, okay. Next we have "'Twas the Fight Before Christmas," Powerpuff Girls.
That's good. Yeah, that's
That's
good.
good.
That's another stocking stuffer one. I put that underneath the probably the Rugrats one, only because again the Rugrats one is more of the spirit of Christmas. That's just a good episode of the Powerpuff Girls. So
I haven't seen that either. Dang.
I think you'd like the Powerpuff Girls. It's actually I like it's something that literally everyone kind of can like. So especially the original, well, specifically the original version. But
That's fair.
I I guess they're remaking that too, by the way, which is crazy.
Oh, are they?
Like or
Dang.
yeah, like the original guy who created it, McCracken or whatever his name is.
Oh.
He's coming back to make it, so they're reviving it, but like the way that he would want it. So who knows if that'll actually turn out properly or not? But anyway.
Fair. Next we have Frosty the Snowman. I don't think I've seen the first one. I've seen the second one, but I haven't seen the first one.
If I did, it's been so long that I don't remember it. So
Okay, well we can.
place it.
I'll just. Yeah, I haven't seen that one, so we'll just throw it in there.
Yeah.
Oh, the little drummer boy. I want to put it in Holly Jolly, but I'm also torn between Holly
Never seen
Jolly
it.
and. You haven't seen it? Oh man,
Nope, never seen it.
it's a really sad one actually. Well, kind of sad. But it's also like a classic. I haven't seen it in so long though.
Bacon. If I remember correctly, I've only seen it one time, so I can't remember. But I believe the point of it. Yes, it is a comedy. The Christmas Vacation one is. But again, because we're not just saying that it takes place on Christmas, we're also saying like, does it have the elements of Christmas and stuff like that too? So again, I guess like because I'm trying to remember, I think they do talk about like the meaning of Christmas and stuff like that eventually, but just in like their own comedic way that they do stuff. But I guess what I'm saying too is like a Christmas movie is where you know either where it gets into like what the whole spirit of Christmas actually is about, or where the whole thing has to do with the actual event of Christmas. You get what I'm saying? Like the whole like day of Christmas, the whole like season of Christmas, the whole if it's like again, that's why it's like if it's Die Hard takes place like on Christmas, but it's an action movie. Like that's like saying that'd be like saying like the Terminator if it took place on Christmas is a Christmas movie. It's has nothing to do with Christmas. You just see Christmas lights every now and then, right? Like so that's to me the difference. Does it focus on Christmas or if nothing else the spirit of Christmas? Like does it have that element or does the story just take place on Christmas and then these different events are happening around it, you know? So,
Yeah, there
I
was
don't know. I think
another.
that's
No, go ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I was just saying I think that's to me the kind of criteria because some can take place on Christmas, not really have the true spirit of Christmas. It's just like a Christmas thing, but it's about Christmas. The whole thing is about and typically if it's about Christmas, they're gonna have something to do with like it's not about the presents, it's about family, it's about whatever. Even if they don't talk about Jesus or something, they're still gonna have
Yeah.
that some kind of a message to it, right? Because if you went too crazy with saying, well, what does the criteria really meet? you could potentially say A Christmas Story isn't a Christmas movie then, because I don't even think in that movie does it say what like the full spirit of Christmas really is. I don't
Hmm.
think. I think it's just the kid wants his Red Ryder BB gun,
Yeah.
and the whole thing takes place during the season of Christmas, leading up into Christmas, but the whole thing is about Christmas. Like the whole thing is like the movie is about that time. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Stocking stuffer, huh, for a little drummer boy.
Yeah, like it's a good one, but it's like with the would I watch it again and again? I'm like, oh no. You kind of watch it one time and then you're good. Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah. Okay. The Flintstones, A Flintstone Christmas. I don't think I've seen
Never
that.
watched.
Pinky and the
Was
Brain
not a big
Christmas.
Flintstones.
Oh,
Nope.
really?
Didn't watch never watched Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, Flintstones slapped.
Yep, I did not watch much of that, or nor the Jetsons. So
Oh.
I think too
Um,
because Flintstones and Jetsons were a little bit more like older audience. Like I'd probably like it now more than I did when I was young. Is probably
oh, that's
what it
fair.
would be.
That's fair. We have Rudolph and the Island of the Misfit Toys. So I think that's the second one.
Oh, if it's the second one, I have no idea. I've only seen one.
I've
So
only seen snippets of it, and even those, like that was so long ago, I don't remember. Okay, Die Hard.
yeah. So then so here we go. So here's Die Hard, right? Like okay, if it's just if we're if it, like it's this isn't about whether it's a Christmas movie. It's in here, so it's already assumed to be a Christmas movie. So now we're saying is it a good movie?
Mm,
Probably, right? Or are you
yeah,
saying does it? Because it's not like we have like I don't know. Again, like we don't have the Terminator in here. Because
yeah,
then
yeah.
you'd say, well, it's not even a Christmas movie. So if we're not assuming that it's not a Christmas movie, one way or another, then we're just going by is it a good movie?
Mm-hmm.
And like to me, that's like that is a top tier. It's like one of if not the definitive '80s movie to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
So top of a nice list.
I'd have to say so. But again, in terms of it being like truly Christmas, it's got to be at the bottom
Yeah. No, I'd
because the
agree
other
with
ones are
you.
more about Christmas.
I'd agree. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Faithful. How's it going, guys? And
A
yes, I believe we
Christmas
are winning.
movie is
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Um, a Christmas movie is one you can't redo without including the Christmas elements and still be coherent. That's actually pretty good. That's probably a good metric. Now, so if you take like It's a Wonderful Life in that, you could still have it be coherent if you just had what happens at the very end during the Christmas time
Mm,
take place on a different day, but I think you would miss what the whole spirit of that kind of is. So that's why I still consider
mm-hmm.
it part of it still is it's meant to be a Christmas film because everything leads up to that Christmas day. Dude gets crapped on his whole life, and then during Christmas, everybody is like shows him goodwill, if you will, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you took the Christmas element out of there, you could have people still be nice to him by the end of his story. So maybe you could say that's a give or take, but I stand 10 toes down on that. I still don't think that you can say it's not a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd be splitting hairs to try and say that just like, "Oh, well, if you took the Chris," cuz like everything is like leading up to that Christmas day. It doesn't all take place on Christmas, but it's leading up to that. So,
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Let's see here. Next, we have the Santa Claus.
the Santa Claus. I like the Santa Claus. It's all
I
right.
do too. I'd
Yeah.
put it. I'd put it in Holly Jolly. Thoughts?
Yeah, I could put it there. In terms of like it being a Christmas movie, I could definitely do that.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably put it there. How do you feel about that?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
okay with that. Mostly because I haven't seen Charlie Brown Christmas, so
That's fair. That's fair.
it's definitely the whole thing is about him being Santa. I mean,
We have Ed, and Eddie's Jingle, Jingle, Jangle.
Joseph is judging us once again. Wait, so hold on. So Joseph, do you agree at least with our current top S tier right now? This is our S tier. Do you at least agree with what you're seeing here currently? We put Die Hard up there. I don't know if you missed that conversation, but we put Die Hard up there because it's in the Christmas list, so we're not really determining whether or not it should be allowed to be a Christmas movie since it's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
We're assuming it is a Christmas movie based off what this says, even though I personally don't believe that it probably should be. But the other and then you have the other two up there. So we went
Mm-hmm.
by the fact that it's just a good movie. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think my
Um.
hearing's bad. You said you'd never seen a Charlie Brown Christmas. No, I haven't. I've seen a bunch of clips, but I've never actually seen it all the way through. I've never
uh,
seen it all the way through. Anyway,
um.
so
Yeah. Ed, Ed, and Eddie's Jingle, Jingle, Jangle. I haven't
I
seen it.
still need to watch all of Ed and Eddie. I
Oh.
I
Oh.
I've never watched Ed and Eddie all the way through because I wasn't allowed when I was younger. So
Fair. Fair. I can't speak to A Wonderful Life, but the other two are strong contenders. Hey.
you haven't seen Joseph. Have you not seen It's a Wonderful Life? Have you not seen It's a Wonderful Life? The Vapors, my agina. Have you not seen It's a Wonderful Life? Joseph, please, please. I'm simply waiting until I hear whether or not he's seen this or not. Joseph, you need to watch It's a Wonderful Life, please. Do it for me. Do it for me. You can watch it on like Amazon if you have Amazon Prime for nothing. Like I think heck you might even be able to do it without Amazon. I think maybe potentially uh with ads or something. Please,
Mm-hmm.
please you need to watch it. It's so good. It's just a good movie in general. It's so good. Please do it. Do it for me. Anyway, uh Grinch. Is that the Jim Carrey one?
Yeah.
I will allow for that because I think for me, for me it's a personal holly jolly,
Mm-hmm.
but I think especially between the both of us, I'm okay if it goes there.
Okay.
So
I just
especially
really
since
like
it's your
it.
absolute favorite. So
Yeah. I'm letting you have the top of the nice list, so.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I would fight you. I would say It's a Wonderful Life
I
has to
know.
beat out Grinch. It must.
Yeah. Um. All right. We have Home Alone 3. I would say it's ho ho horrible.
Gee, if I've seen it, it's been so long ago and I don't remember any. That's the one, yeah, because that's where they took out Macaulay Culkin. So
Yeah. But it was just so dumb. Like,
and Joe
even
Pesci wasn't there.
there's like
So
no likable characters. Like, I don't even think I liked the kid. Like, just
yeah, he was
everyone
annoying from
sucked.
my recollection.
Yeah. His family sucked. He sucked. The villain sucked. Like, it just, there was no likable. It's just, ugh.
Joseph, in the spirit of Christmas, if you have to steal the movie from somebody to watch it and then give it back to them, that's fine. I don't care. You need to watch the movie. I'm telling you right now.
Yes, thank you, DJ. There are only 2 Home Alones. Exactly.
Yes.
We don't speak of the other ones.
There is no Home Alone 3 embossing say.
Yeah, exactly. We have Shrek the Halls. I don't think I've seen that.
I've seen like clips, but I can't say I actually watched it, so I
Oh,
have to
okay.
say I haven't seen.
Okay. Mary Madagascar.
Nope. Kung Fu Panda neither. I haven't seen that one either.
Okay.
Frosty Returns I haven't seen.
Frosty Returns. I'd put that in stocking stuffer. Like, it was cute. I'd probably put it
Okay.
like down here though. It was like
That's fine.
it was cute. The Legend of Frosty the Snowman. I haven't seen
Nope.
that one.
No. These are all like off-brand Christmas movies. So like
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of those.
Inspector Gadget.
Nope.
Yeah,
Never
I
watched
haven't.
Inspector
Toy
Gadget.
Story. I don't even know what that is.
What? I've never heard of that. What? That's new. Oh, that's the short they did. I just remembered. Yeah.
Oh.
They did like a Christmas short thing. Yeah, but I never saw it. So
Okay. He-Man, She-Ra Christmas
He-Man
special.
Christmas. What?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
All right. Invader Zim Christmas.
Invader Zim's Christmas was funny. That's up there in the stocking stuffer somewhere. Any of like the Cartoon Network Nickelodeon ones are usually going to be like a stocking stuffer. They're fun, but they're not like incredible or anything.
Where would you put it?
I'd probably put it below Powerpuff, above SpongeBob's probably because
Get over there.
I remembered liking it. It was fun. It's I just like Invader Zim humor though. That's why. So
There. We have claws.
Yeah, how did you like Claws in the end? Where did you feel like that went for
I
you?
I really liked it. It's sad, but it's you like sit there and you cry, but you also feel, it's how do I describe it
That's
without
fair.
giving it away? Um it's literally all about Christmas. There's a bunch of things that happen that lead to kids, twisting things out of proportion in the sense of it was flying reindeer when really they just kind of like went down a wrong turn and went flying off of the hill and like crashed. But a kid saw them flying, so like, oh, Santa's flying reindeer, and it's like, huh? Or like, oh, he comes down the chimney, and it's really like the little skinny guy that's going down the chimney and things like that. So
Yeah,
it's really cute. It's really wholesome. It's very sweet. I'd watch it again. And I've already watched it once
that's
this year,
fair.
but it makes you cry. Uh,
That's fair. I think for me it was a personal Holly Jolly one, so I'm okay if it goes there.
oh well,
It's still up there for me.
I was gonna say we
No,
can
it's
adjust.
still it was still good. It's just it wouldn't be like a top of the like I was okay to watch it one time and move on, but I think objectively it's a very good film, so it's more than a stocking stuffer. That's like
Mm,
just that was just my take on it. I
we
liked
could
it. I just didn't, you know.
we could drop it to Holly Jolly. That's okay.
Nah, 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 nah. No, it's okay.
Are
Especially if
you
you liked it as much
sure?
as you did. So
I
yes,
just I thought it was really
yes,
cute.
it is. It's good. It is good. It is good. And the animation is very different and it's unique looking, and so I appreciate that about it too. So
Mm-hmm.
there we go. Heavy hitter. Been waiting for you. Where have you been all my life?
Wait, what?
Home Alone.
Oh, Home Alone. Yes. It's gotta go in top of the nice list.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolute gem.
Um,
Absolute classic.
I won't allow for it to go above It's a Wonderful Life, but anything below that I'm okay with.
I'd put it there. What are your
I'm okay with
thoughts?
that. I'm all right with that. That's fine. It is again, that's another like definitive Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's just it's good every time. It's yeah. So,
Oh, I heard an interview um with the actor. He was telling about how cuz he ended up marrying what's her face from The Sweet Life, right? The Asian gal?
uh oh crap, I think he did. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Brittany
yeah.
Wu whatever.
Yeah, something like
Or
that. I couldn't remember her name, but her
yeah,
kids will
something
look
like
at
that.
her now and her then, and they know exactly that's her. Whereas, like their kids will look at him now and him then, and they can't put two and two together.
Mhm.
So he's like, it's kind of fun to like watch them watch like Home Alone and things like that with me in it, and seeing their reactions and stuff without knowing that it's me.
That's
But he
hilarious.
he said now that they're like getting older though, they were looking at family photos from when he was a kid, and one of his kids finally put two and two together and was like, "Wait, that's you! You're the Home Alone kid." It's like, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, Brenda
So
Song, that's who it was. I was mixing
that's
that
who
up
it
with
is.
her. She was in like a Disney film called Wendy Wu. That's what I was. Yeah, yeah, Brenda Song. Did he really married Brenda Song? Huh? That's crazy. Wonder how that worked out.
Right? Not a clue. I just remember
Huh?
hearing about that. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, how?
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, they're cute together. It's
Hmm.
still I wasn't expecting that. Um, The Muppet Christmas Carol. I don't know if I've actually seen that.
Yo, I just didn't grow up with Muppets, so I don't really care about Muppets in general.
Oh, so you didn't see it?
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Shoot. Oh, Sully's gonna be so mad. Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. Eh,
I don't remember seeing it. I
I
can't remember.
I'm torn between bottom of stocking stuffer and top of coal worthy. Because the
Wasn't good.
second the second one was like meh. Like the first one was really good. Second one
Oh, this is the second one.
this is the second one. I don't really remember much about it.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm fine with that.
Mm, kind of like Santa Claus. Like it's not awful, but it's like, it wasn't memorable.
That's fair.
Next, oh, here we go. Here's more controversial ones. We have The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That is absolutely a Christmas film. It's one of the unique ones that it can kind of be both, but it's more
Mm,
Christmas than it is Halloween because it's about the king of Halloween trying to take Santa Claus's place for Christmas. That's the whole thing.
mm,
It's not about Halloween, it's about the Halloween guy taking over Christmas. So it is Christmas as far as I'm concerned, but I think it can be used on Halloween because it's Tim Burton.
mm.
Um I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't think it has anything to do with the spirit of Christmas, but it definitely does take place obviously on Christmas. The whole thing is wrapped around Jack Skellington trying to figure out how to make Christmas great and all this different stuff. I mean, it's literally just all about that. So, for me, personally, this is one of this is the film that got me into musical in general.
Oh,
So, it'd be in top of the nice list for me personally.
want
I'd put it lower, but it is up there for me.
to know something
I
crazy?
simply could not go any lower than top of Holly Jolly. I simply couldn't. So,
I haven't seen it before, so I'm gonna let you pick where we put
oh
it.
my, okay. We need to watch that one too. Then I
Add
can't
it to
believe
the
this.
list.
The
All right,
pain.
where
The
would
songs are so good.
see? I've
Um,
had people tell me for years I need to see it, but again, I'm a social watcher, so I never watch it on my own.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you left it up to me, I'd put it above Claws. That's just me though.
That's fair. I will, since you've seen it and I haven't, I'll let you do that.
And then yeah, and then you can tell me how wrong when you've seen it. But
Stay
it's
tuned
so
for
good.
part
Yes,
two,
Lion.
guys.
Yes, preach, preach, girl. You've never
Um,
seen it on principle. What do you mean, Grace? Grace, gracious. What do you mean you haven't seen it on principle? What are you talking about?
uh,
I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I didn't even expect to like it, to be honest with you. I thought it was gonna suck, and I freaking loved that film.
okay, this, never mind. This is the tier list that has random ones. So we have Batman Returns.
Is Batman Returns the one with the Christmas? I thought that was Batman Forever.
I don't know, but they have Batman Returns here. I don't think I've seen it.
Haven't seen it either.
All
So,
right, perfect.
but I would argue again that's like a Die Hard. It's not gonna be about Christmas probably.
Next we have The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. I haven't seen that one.
Nope, and probably never will.
Mickey's Christmas Carol. That was so good.
Don't remember if I've seen that. Can't recall.
They had they had a literal Scrooge McDuck as Ebenezer Scrooge. Um, it was so freaking good.
It takes place during winter. That's fair. Is Batman Returns the one with the Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Mr. Freeze? Is that one?
Maybe that might be Batman Returns.
I still meet you.
Mm-hmm. So you don't remember Mickey's Christmas
I
Carol?
don't. I don't remember it. I feel like I could have seen it before, but I don't remember at all. Like I
Oh,
don't even remember a lick of it. So
okay. I got to put it above A Charlie Brown Christmas just because it's so good. Oh man. All right.
oh, okay.
Now we have OG Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay, that's the one that I actually have seen. I would
Mm-hmm.
say that's kind of a classic, especially out of the little claymation ones. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be it's gonna be like stocking stuffer for me, I think personally still.
Mm-hmm.
But have you seen it?
Yep, I've seen it.
Okay,
I would
you
agree.
place it where you want.
I'd probably put it above Little Drummer Boy.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's higher than I would have put it just in terms of entertainment quality because I'm not a big fan of those particular stop motion
Mm,
films, but it is kind of like it's a classic. So
that that's fair. I haven't seen these, so I wonder if I should maybe drop. Well, where would you put that?
my personal opinion is I'd put it just below SpongeBob. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, yeah, I'll leave that there then.
and only because I haven't seen the Frosty ones, so
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm still trying to
Uh,
even determine if Jack Frost should be in Stocking Stuffer or if I should put him in Coal because it's kind of like that's like a weird Twilight for me. Of I'm like it's not my favorite film by any means. It is.
mm. Well, did
It's
you want to
okay.
drop it
Like
down?
well, as I was waiting, I'm letting it. We're letting it simmer for now, you know.
Okay.
So
Okay. Next we have The Grinch. I haven't
I
seen
did.
that yet.
I did watch that. Unfortunately, that freaking sucked. So we're
Oh
gonna put that in
no.
horrible. Actually,
Alrighty.
it's just annoying, and it's an illumination film. Okay, everything they do for the most part is
Mm.
except I guess for some people, Despicable Me. But I also think that those films are just not very funny, not very interesting. First one was the best one that they had, and that's not setting the bar very high. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
yeah, it was not good, especially like in terms of Jim Carrey's Grinch or the classic Grinch. It's like a slap in the face. It's actually not good. So
Mm. Okay, once again, we have
yep,
Shazam as a Christmas movie.
yep. It takes place during Christmas time, but it is anything but a Christmas movie. So
I haven't seen
um,
Shazam.
are we placing it based off of if it was a good movie then?
Sure. I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, the first Shazam is actually pretty good. I
Yeah?
would say, it's a good stocking stuffer. But again, it feels bad because we're saying it's like a good film, not just like a good Christmas film. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I, Holly Jolly put it in stocking stuffer at the very top. Well, maybe not even at the very top. I'd put it like. How much do you love Little Drummer Boy?
Like it's a classic, but
Okay, I might put
that's
it just below that then
okay.
in stocking stuffer, and that's only because like I actually thought Shazam was like it was fun, but and it actually had, from what I can recall, it had good funny moments, but
Okay.
it's not anything anywhere near a Christmas movie. So
We could just leave some if we don't want to put them on the list either. So,
yeah,
um,
that's fair.
The Night Before Christmas, another one of those Netflix Hallmark ones. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
no, no,
Bad Santa 2.
no. Oh, that's with
Uh,
the the dwarf guy as a elf. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July.
Nope.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man. Iron Man 3. Well, see, I'm actually one of those ones that I didn't hate Iron Man 3. Some people absolutely despised Iron Man 3 because they knew the villain better than I did. And they
Oh,
were like, the
really?
villain was yeah, the Mandarin or whatever his name is.
Oh.
I forget what his name was, but anyway, people felt like he was just wasted because they just made him a joke instead of him actually being a threat. Um,
Oh.
yeah, I think it goes into stocking too, like Drafty's saying. I think
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It would go above Jack Frost if nothing else, but it's like it's not a Christmas movie. It
Yeah. I'd agree with that. Oh yeah, there you go. Chat knows the Mandarin.
Yeah, the Mandarin was such lost potential. That's what I've heard. I don't know anything about him. I have no clue. I had nothing to you know see them, like I didn't have a metric to go off of. So I just liked his relationship with the kid. I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
Um, which kind of has like a Christmassy vibe to it, but that's the closest you get. I mean, there's like it's not a Christmas movie in any way, shape, or
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. Bad Santa, probably the first one, I guess.
yeah.
Haven't seen that.
Never seen it. That's
Krampus,
just those are farce movies. Never seen it. Horror movie, I
Black
guess.
Christmas,
Nope.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Um, I don't believe I've seen that. In fact, I think I've only ever seen clips of Ernest films, so no.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen. I've seen some Ernest films, but I don't think I've seen this one.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Okay, they have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Dude.
What is this?
Dude, anything but a Christmas movie. Anything but that.
I vote
Literally just again,
I vote we
takes
just leave
place.
it. I vote we just leave it there because I'm like, I don't even remember any Christmas that has to do with that.
I think again it takes place on Christmas at some point. But again, I mean again we have seen it, but yeah, it's like it
Well,
doesn't
okay.
deserve to
If
go anywhere in my mind.
okay, well, we'll just leave it on there because I was gonna say if we're going like off of if it's a good. Oh, is it because there's a Spider-Man Christmas soundtrack? That's dumb if
What?
that's why it is.
That's lame.
Because I will say though, I
Lame.
will say I love Into the Spider-Verse. I love that very much. So that would go like top tier for me. But because there's
Mm,
nothing really Christmas about it, it feels weird.
yeah. Yeah, and that's what makes me feel like again. So we put some of the other ones up there, but I'm like, see if we don't put into the Spider Verse, and I feel like I can't with good authority put some of the other ones up there either, because
Oh,
they're not Christmas movies. So it's like,
well then are we putting this up there then?
so it's either that or we gotta slaughter Die Hard and Iron Man. It's one or the other.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down there. What are your thoughts? Where would you
That's
put?
fine. You like it a whole lot more than I do.
Well, where would you put it?
I
I'll find a middle ground for it.
I mean, I'd put it in Holly Jolly one. So it's like it's not that. I mean, I think it's objectively a good film. It's just not something that I'm super into. I'm a stickler when it comes to my Spider-Man films. I really like certain like again, I
Mm,
grew up with the Tobey Maguire ones. I grew up with the animated series. So like I
right.
just Spider-Man's like my thing. So then when they kind of like change certain stuff, I'm like, all right, it's fine. I'm not a big fan of like the whole multiverse thing, but it's fine. It's whatever. It
That's
was it
fair.
was a good one-time watch. But it's nothing I've ever cared to return to personally. So,
Ooh,
but
that
again, I do
hurt.
think it's objectively good. You okay?
Yeah, I just had a big sneeze. Oof. I'm good. All right. Ahem.
Well done.
Uh, the Santa Claus Escape Clause? I
That's
think that's the third
that's
one.
3, I believe. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay.
been a long time if I've seen that one. I can't remember.
Yeah, that one. I think that one was the one where um he gets tired of being Santa and Jack
mhm.
Frost tricks him
Jack Frost
into
takes over.
yeah. I don't remember
Hmm.
much about it. I just remember
Me neither.
uh
I remember the one where he gets replaced by a toy Santa version of him,
yes, that's the
and I think
second
that's
one.
number
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So I
don't
remember that
know.
one better.
Uh,
Probably Cole-worthy, only because if I remember anything about it, it like wasn't memorable to me.
yeah. I think that's yeah, that's about from what I remember too. Um A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey? I didn't know he what?
He did, yeah, he did one of those like that was during the time, but I think that was like 2009, 10, 11, somewhere in there. That was during the time when they were really wanting to try and do that really uncanny, gross CGI animation.
Oh. Okay, I haven't
So
seen
it
that.
it looks very creepy when you're watching it. I never watched it out of principle for that reason.
Oh, okay. So you can
Um,
just check it there then.
I also don't like
Um
Jim Carrey typically, so there you go.
that is also fair. Oh, The Polar Express.
Never seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I've never seen it, and it's again, I hate the animation, so I just out of principle just didn't watch it ever.
I okay, this is where I'm gonna get the green bean casserole situation. I'd put it in stocking stuffer.
Do people love that film?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, yeah,
I'd
I'm not
probably
into the Polar Express, like just the animation style, but I can't say anything about the story, so
I was gonna put it somewhere in the middle.
yeah,
Yeah,
Uncanny Valley situation.
that's fair, Grace. I like it, but I won't go out of my way to watch it. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Nobody's really been trying to crucify us,
Well,
so far.
Drafty's not happy.
Oh, okay. Well, I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Spoke too soon.
There's Garfield Christmas. I don't think I've seen that.
Nope.
Fred Claus.
No.
There we go. The Santa Claus 2, where he has to
Yeah,
find
that
himself
was
a
that.
Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, that one was all right. It was actually not a bad follow up for the first movie. So
Yeah, I agree. Where
it
would you put it?
yeah. I'm like I like when yeah, I would be right between there somewhere
Hmm.
because I don't know if it would be Holly Jolly because I would probably much prefer the first one,
Yeah.
but it is a really good follow up, which is not common. That's not
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's why I'm torn because I'm like, is it Holly Jolly or would it be like top of stocking stuffer?
I could see it at the bottom of Holly Jolly.
Yeah?
I think
Okay.
there's a world where that can be that way.
Okay. Cause yeah, like you said, like that's not common. So the fact
Mm-hmm.
that it was like it just yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I just really like Tim Allen
Yeah.
being like Santa Claus and stuff. I thought it was really cute.
Oh,
Um oh, what is this?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, they did like little musical numbers I remember in there. It's fine. It's like that's gonna be like lowest of the stocking stuffers. That's the one where like the dad drinks eggnog, and I use that GIF all the time for eggnog, and it's kind of funny. I'd put it above Jack Frost though, still because I
Oh
still don't
yeah.
like Jack Frost that much. So
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, okay.
I don't remember it being amazing, but
Okay. Miracle on 34th Street. I don't think I've seen that.
that's a good one. That's a good one too. That's also a
Yeah?
very very good film. Yes. Is it top of the nice list? It probably should be. Um, so you said you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, so it's gonna be all on you.
Okay, I've only seen it one time. It is very. I'd. Man. I'd probably, since it's my personal feeling on it, I'd probably put it top of Hollywood ones.
Top of Holly Jolly, you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I
Either
thought
that or right. You thought what?
oh, I thought you were looking at top of the nice list.
Well, I was, but I'm thinking like with everything else that's up there,
Oh, I see.
I'm trying to think. Because I don't go out of my way to watch Miracle on 34th Street. I do go
Mm.
out of my way to watch like Nightmare Before Christmas, sometimes Home Alone, and It's a One.
Oh,
I
that's
literally
fair.
watch It's a every single Christmas.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um, so that's the only reason I think it would go there.
Okay, okay.
It's very very good.
Okay, I'll have to add
The
it to
guy
my
who
list.
plays Santa is very wholesome. You would love him.
Aw,
So
I love that.
he's a very good Santa.
All right. A Christmas Story 2. I didn't even know there was a second one. What?
I did. I've never seen it.
Okay. Phineas and Ferb Christmas Vacation.
No. Hate Phineas and Ferb anyway.
A Christmas Story.
Okay. Have we seen this one?
Yeah, but I want to hear your thoughts on it first.
She doesn't sound very happy with that one. Some people love this film. They're like favorite Christmas film. It's not my favorite Christmas film, but I was surprised that I liked it as much as I did.
Really?
Yeah, I would put it in Holly Jolly ones personally somewhere. That's just me.
Really?
You didn't like it, huh?
No, I'd put it in horrible.
Really?
I did
Oh, okay.
not
Well,
like
that's
it. I did not like it at all.
oh. Oh, why didn't you like it? Oh, this is gonna tear people apart.
Nobody was likable in the whole thing. I couldn't stand the main kid. Couldn't stand anybody. It was all like so cringe.
I mean, hey, that's fair. Yeah, like Grace said, it is a coming of age story. So that's so
Fair.
funny.
I just did not like it.
Fair. Okay.
We could throw it in stocking stuffer then to kind of balance it out.
Sure. I'll let you put it. I'll let you put it where you want in there. So.
I'll put it above the Polar Express
Okay.
just to be nice.
Just to be nice. That's funny. Wow, yeah. I didn't remember feeling that way. Now I've only seen it one time, and it actually was only a couple years ago that I saw it for the first time. But um I remember thinking it was funny. I remembered liking the like I thought the kid was a brat, but he gets his comeuppance. So
Mm,
it's like that's part of the reason why I was kind of I think okay with that element. Um
that's
they
fair.
yeah, I guess they're very dysfunctional. So that's probably another reason people like it too is cuz they feel the people in there feel real. It's not just all super
Mm,
warm and cozy like a lot of other Christmas movies typically are. It's what a typical family would feel like their family goes through on Christmas. That's probably why it's so well beloved. But yeah, it's definitely
that's
nowhere near
fair.
top of the list. But I would have put it in a Holly Jolly. I would have probably put it like if it was up to me personally.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I
that's
see.
fair.
I would have. Man, I would have probably put. I would have put it above Santa Claus. I think it was. I
Really?
think it was. I think it was funnier than Santa Claus personally.
Dang.
Um, having not seen Charlie Barley, what Charlie Brown Christmas or the Mickey Mouse one, I probably would have put it above those two just because I haven't seen those. So
Mm.
that's probably where I would have put it. But
Well, sorry to be a Debbie Downer.
yeah, that's fair. That
I
is fair. It
just,
is a cult classic. It's not for everyone. Yeah, true.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't like anybody, and then I feel secondhand cringe or sad for the kid when people treated him poorly. But I was like, I just, it wasn't for me.
Yeah, because like I think like the whole kind of thing is it does feel like again it's very much a Christmas movie because he's like I just really want my Red Ryder BB gun and I want it like this bad and I'm gonna get it one way, to find a way to get it and then when he finally gets it he gets his comeuppance for having just like focused on that so heavily. It's kind of that's my recollection and so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm okay with films like that. They don't all need to be like super happy, but
That's fair. That's fair. Next we have Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer.
never watched.
Really?
Yep, never watched.
I'd put it in stocking stuffer. Like it's just entirely based off of the song and ends up like their grandma goes missing because Santa takes her back to the North Pole to like take care of her, but then also is like, we didn't know where, like she couldn't remember who she was or her name or anything. It's just silly goofy. I'd probably put it under Polar Express.
Okay,
It's just it's really cute. It's like one of those like, oh, you watch it once, it's like, oh yeah, that was fun.
fair enough.
Um Gremlins.
Not a Christmas movie, dude. Yeah, it takes place on Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie, dude. Oh my goodness. Um, I mean, I like the Gremlins. That's fine. It's a good movie, but it's just not a Christmas movie.
I was gonna say I haven't seen it, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen Gremlins? Okay. Yeah, Gremlins is that's a cult classic.
Mm.
Yeah, it's again, we're just talking about whether or not it's a good movie. I mean, I've seen it like one time. I never cared to really see it again, so it's like stocking stuffer for me. It's a good one-time watch.
Mm.
Um, Again, I would put it under Jack Frost in this case only because Jack Frost is actually a Christmas movie
Ah, gotcha, gotcha.
in some way, shape, or form.
That's fair.
So this
See, I
one,
never.
I just remember Gremlins has like a Christmas tree and Christmas lights when they're running through the town at some point. It has nothing else to do with Christmas.
Ah, I
So
see. I see. I see. Um.
no, we haven't seen the Phineas and Ferb special. I hate Phineas and Ferb anyway. Lame. So
Really?
yep, yep, hate that show.
Oh.
I think it
Um.
has a couple good like memes that have been, but that's about it.
All right, we got Home Alone 2.
Okay. Good follow up. Another one of those rare good follow ups for a film.
Yeah,
So,
I'd put it.
um, that's the one everyone hates because Trump's in it.
Oh my gosh. It's like, well,
Because he walks up and then they're like, actually, you know what? That film does suck because he's in
it's like
it.
the whole thing with the video game. Like, oh, that's AI slop after it won like what,
Uh-huh.
9 awards.
Yep. I remember the director said he actually like was really sad and actually didn't like that he had to that he added Trump into the film and stuff like that. When my understanding was is I think he had to like he tried really hard to get him to be in there because they were in Trump Tower at one point. So
Mhm.
it's like it's funny how people retcon their lore as time goes on.
Yeah. Yeah. Where would you put Home Alone 2?
Definitely above Santa Claus.
Actually, you know what?
I'm
Yeah,
okay
you're
with that.
I'd probably put it up there.
'Cause I think I mean it's a good follow up to Home Alone. So
Mhm. That's true.
and it
That's
once
true.
again takes place on Christmas. So
Yep, it's an actual Christmas movie.
hmm well, yeah,
uh,
it does more than just take place on Christmas, but yeah.
true, true, true. It's a very Merry Muppet Christmas movie. I don't think I've seen that one.
Nope. You
Okay.
can assume I haven't seen anything Muppet related, so if you haven't seen
Uh,
it, you can just throw it away.
Noel.
Nope.
Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's fun. That's a
Okay,
stocking stuffer again.
I haven't seen that one.
Been a long time since I've seen that one, so I only vaguely remember it, but I remember really liking it. I just like Drake and Josh, so that would go. That's going in stocking stuffer. It's still a stocking stuffer. It's a Nickelodeon show. It's gonna go in like probably above probably above Invader Zim.
Okay, okay.
I would say.
Yeah,
LL
Lion.
is
I've
really cute and silly. Okay.
I've heard it is. I just haven't seen it myself. So,
A lot of crash outs over that one. Over which one? Which one were people crashing out over?
uh, what was it? Was it Home Alone 2? No, because we put it high. We put it higher. Maybe. Oh yeah, no. I think people are crashing out because of that.
The Home Alone one?
Maybe. Everyone's
Oh
saying
yeah, no,
higher.
higher. I'm hearing. Oh, maybe.
Well, there was already no chance you were gonna get me on your side. Now there's a negative 1 billion chance you ever getting me on your side.
Well, we had a nice little moment there for a second, didn't we, Lion? We had a nice little moment where we connected over. What was the one that we connected over?
Oh, Nightmare Before
I
Christmas.
forget which one. Yeah. We had a nice little moment, and now it's gone. So.
And now it's gone.
Someone asked if that Christmas, the Muppet Christmas Carol should have been up there, but we have not
We
seen
haven't
it,
seen it,
unfortunately.
so that's why it's down and haven't seen. So,
Yeah.
the night before.
No, never seen it.
Tom and Jerry, A Nutcracker Tale.
Boy, I may have seen that a long.
Yeah, I have no recollection of it. I may have seen it, but I don't remember anything.
Fair enough.
Oh, you insulting Phineas and Ferb is what got Lion against you. That's what it was.
That's crazy. You die on the Phineas and Ferb hill. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. Hey, but you know what? To each their own. You are entitled to be in. That is okay.
Mm-hmm. Um, that's so funny.
just 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 nothing. It's fine. We'll move on.
All right. The Preacher's Wife.
Don't know it.
Trading Places.
That's not. I don't think that's a Christmas movie either. I don't even remember that taking place on Christmas. What?
Once again, I have no idea what went through someone's mind when they were doing this.
They literally were just like, "Is there any amount of Christmas?" That's basically all they did.
Is there snow in this?
Yeah. Trading Places is a fine movie. It's not my favorite thing ever, but I mean, if we have to throw it up there since we threw all the other ones up there, I guess it's a stock stuff.
All right. I was gonna say I haven't seen it, so this is all on you,
I'm
my
gonna say
guy.
low stocking stuffer though, just because we're making way for the Christmas movies.
True. How low?
Just it's lower than Gremlins for me, I guess.
Okay. Oh, the whole thing was a Christmas bet, Bubba's saying?
Oh, you're right. Was. It was a Christmas bet. You're right. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I forgot about. Yeah, because he bet that to go and trade. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it's I don't remember anything about it being like Christmas oriented though. So yeah, they made a Christmas bet, but I don't know if there was like it's not really like a Christmas movie, I guess.
Mm.
Cuz like Die Hard, isn't he going to see his ex-girlfriend or whatever, ex-fiance, whatever. I don't remember
Something
what
like
she was
that.
actually like.
Yeah.
And he's going to see her because it's Christmas. So like the motivation is because it's Christmas he's going to see her and
I
then
think
all the crap
so.
happens.
Yeah.
So like
I
you
think
can't
that's
say
it.
that just because it's the motivation that makes it a Christmas film. I mean,
Fair.
Aykroyd specifically dresses as Santa to steal some stuff. Ugh, I just don't feel like that makes it Christmas because it's not about like the holiday of Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It just takes place on it.
Mm-hmm. So did you put it above Gremlins then?
Uh, ah, fine, sure,
I don't know.
sure.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just having
Yeah,
fun over here.
it's this is splitting hairs. I feel like, but whatever.
Mm.
We'd have to axe all of the ones that don't actually have to do with like it being about Christmas or the Christmas spirit, and that would like because we'd have to kill Die Hard and everyone would hate us. So
Yeah, that's true. 8-bit Christmas.
don't know what that is.
No idea. A bad mom's Christmas.
I think Bad Moms. I feel like I remember. I may have seen like the actual Bad Moms, but I don't know. I don't think I've seen the Christmas one.
Okay. I have another. A Medea Christmas.
If I saw that so long ago, I don't remember a darn thing about it. So,
I don't either. Okay, for some reason they have Bad Santa in here twice. Don't know why.
oh, okay.
Barbie and
Barbie,
the Nutcracker.
never seen it.
If I have seen it, it's been so long ago I don't remember. All
Yeah, the
right.
only way I've seen any amount of that is because of Ted Navision did like where he watched like every Barbie movie in existence to tier them.
Oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
yeah, and he went it took him like months to do it or something, but he tiered every single one of them and I think he like vaguely mentioned that one. So anyway.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, we have Elf.
Do you not like Elf either?
I just
Uh-oh.
secondhand cringe, man. I've said this
Uh-oh.
before. I don't like. Actually, no, I talked about it yesterday. I don't like Elf.
Uh-oh. Okay. All
Yeah, this
right.
is
She
my
hates
green
Elf.
bean casserole. I didn't say I hate it. I just said I don't like it.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Yeah, I'm with Drafty on this one. I think it's up there in the Holly Jollies. For me it's
Oh,
probably a lower Holly Jolly, but it's very it's like the one of the few Will Ferrell movies I actually like him in cuz he acts like a child, but it works for him in that film. So, yeah, it does have like a little bit of cringe here and there, but it is I still think it's all right, you know, cuz he's this giant man child because he comes from he's an elf. So it's like he comes by it like innocently and honestly rather than it being like you know, he's trying to be stupid on purpose. He literally is just like being a child in a man's body basically. So,
mm,
okay,
yeah,
I'm interested to not see that people aren't like freaking out about it though. I would have figured people would die on that one. So a lot of
yeah.
people loved Elf.
No, people were more upset about Home Alone 2 not being an S tier.
That's fair. That is fair.
Oh, no worries, Sammy. Take care. Hope you feel better soon. Um, yeah, no, I'd put it in horrible, so I guess we're gonna compromise in stocking stuffer again. Would
Wow.
you put it
That's
above or
crazy.
below Christmas Story?
Oh, below Christmas Story for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so. Yo, that's crazy. Okay. I didn't know that. I think we've talked about Elf a couple of times. You must have kept it to yourself because I don't remember you ever saying you didn't like Elf.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it a couple times. I don't know if it was to you or not, but I've definitely been like, I don't really like Elf. Like,
So, okay, so explain to me this, right? So explain to me how you hate Elf, but you like and it's your favorite Christmas movie, which is the Jim Carrey's Grinch that stole Christmas.
okay, you keep putting the word hate in my mouth. I don't appreciate that. I said I don't like it. I don't hate it, but I don't like
You
it.
put it in ho ho horrible. What do you mean?
Doesn't mean I hate it. That just means I don't like it.
All right, fair enough. But
Um,
how do you dislike that one, but the other one you like? Because those are like two people that are very much like over exaggerated acting. They're very childlike. They're very childish in terms of the stuff that they do. What makes you like the one over the other?
the Grinch is more relatable. Elf is like a giant man child.
Okay,
There's like the Grinch,
that's
like
fair.
it's got like the humor of like, oh yeah, we can all agree, like, oh, like I can't miss dinner with myself. I can't stand people and things like that. Where he's just a grumpy old guy. Whereas Elf is this adult behaving like a child that's just makes everybody around him cringe.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Because I was like, I feel like you could put Grinch in like a similar category as that. Where I think maybe the difference though too is that he's not around a lot of people through a lot of the film, but you know, like some of the stuff that he does in Whoville could be looked at in a similar fashion. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
because those two actors have similar humor styles, where they're very over dramatic, over it. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
so
don't
that's why
know.
I was like, shocked me. Okay, that's fair.
I
I was
just
just
got
curious.
secondhand embarrassment watching Elf and not with Jim Carrey's The Grinch. So I don't know.
Fair
That
enough.
was just
Fair
my
enough.
experience. I do
Yeah, Nick,
quote. What's sorry?
go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, Nick, she didn't mean he's actually a man child. It's just he acts like one, is what she's saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they threw someone who was raised by elves into a setting of, at that time, modern, what was it, New York, I think.
I think so.
Um,
Yeah.
so many Christmas films take place in New York, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, I wonder
Um,
why.
probably because it snows there. That's my guess.
Ah.
Because otherwise, and it's also another bigger place where they can do films, and they have the incentives there. Because
Mm-hmm.
in LA they have a lot of incentives, but it don't snow in LA, so it doesn't really have the Christmas feel. So,
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
but
Next we have Friday After Next. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
nope. That's the movie Friday, I believe. So that's a sequel or something to that. So never
Oh,
watched it.
okay. They also again, this person put How the Grinch Stole Christmas
Two of
again
them.
for a second time. So we're just gonna leave that. Love Actually.
No, never seen it.
Mixed Nuts.
Nope. Not a big Steve Martin fan. Anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not a big Steve Martin fan. I think I liked him in
Ah.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, all right, but that was about the only thing I really actually cared for him in.
Mm,
Well, wait, I think he may have been an Airplane too, and I think he was okay in that.
that's fair. All of the Other Reindeer.
No, never seen it.
I've seen it. I'd put it in
Oh,
Coalworthy.
really? Oh,
Yeah. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched a good chunk of it, and it was just, meh. It was all just based
interesting.
off of a misunderstanding. You
Mm.
know, all of the other reindeer, all of the other reindeer, and it's like
Uh,
the whole thing is her like, I need to go help with Santa and stuff because they're asking for me, and then her penguin buddy's like, bro, they're literally saying all of the other reindeer, not you. And that's just the whole gist of it is she goes and she tries anyway. It's just
weird how
weird.
many weird how many Christmas films are based off of puns and or like jokes like that.
Yeah, it's just next we have Rise of the Guardians.
Never watched it in full. I've seen like clips.
It's good. I don't know if I'd call it a Christmas movie. Like, there's a portion of it where there's Christmas and Santa's in it, but I wouldn't say it's Christmas, but it is really good.
Okay.
Like, I'd put it, um,
I just know Hugh Jackman's the Easter Bunny. That's all I know.
mm like, I'd put it up in Holly Jolly for sure.
Interesting. Okay.
It's just,
Fascinating.
it's just fun. Actually, because it's not technically Christmas, I'll put it in the middle.
Okay.
Also, hi, Will. Thanks for the
Fascinating.
lurk. Okay, why this person really didn't pay attention. We have another Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Goodbye then.
Scrooged.
I think I did see that, but it's been a long time, so I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, same. I remember like I'd probably put it in stocking stuffer or
Yeah.
Holly Jolly or stocking
Many
stuffer.
many a Bill Murray goes in stockings. They're like okay, but they're not like usually my favorite thing. I think the only ones I really like are like Groundhog's Day and technically Osmosis Jones because he's technically the
Oh,
body
yeah, yeah.
in that.
Man, Groundhog Day, that's a good one.
Groundhog Day is good.
Um, where would you
His
put
humor actually
Scrooge
works in that
then?
one. Um, because I don't remember it well, I guess it'd definitely be a stocking stuffer because I don't remember it well. But I think it was okay.
Hmm,
So maybe like just below the Fairly Odd Parents one, I guess, just because I don't remember it very well.
that's
That's me.
fair. Okay. I'd probably I'd put it above Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Okay. And actually, if you can move the Fairly Odd Parents one above A Christmas Story, because I was thinking in my mind when I was thinking it was the lesser of those, I was thinking it was like less than all of the Nickelodeon Cartoon
Oh.
Network ones.
So
Yeah.
would you put Scrooged above it then over there?
No.
You keep
No,
it
because
here?
yeah, I'd still keep it
Okay, okay. I'm okay with
there. Oh,
that.
actually,
Hmm?
because actually, where Fairly Odd Parents was just above. Was it not just above Jack Frost? No, I
Yeah,
guess it was
it
right
was
there.
above it
Okay.
was just above Jack Frost, yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's where I was gonna put Scrooge. Is only because I don't remember it enough.
Mm. Yeah, I don't
So
remember
you can put it higher
everything,
if you
but
want.
I just I'm trying to remember.
A lot of people like Scrooged. It looks like.
Yeah. That's why I'm like I kind of want to put it higher, but again, it's been so long since I've seen it. Uh,
Yeah, that's. I mean, just because
I'll leave it
it's
there for
been a
now.
long time. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can leave it. I
We'll
think.
leave it in the middle. I'm okay with that. Okay, Snow Globe.
Nope.
The Perfect Holiday.
No. We're almost there. I see the end.
Ice Age, Mammoth Christmas Special,
Never watched it.
A Miser Brothers Christmas.
Right. So that's the one that I was saying before. That one. I mean, it's got good songs. Um.
I haven't seen it, so this is all you.
Yeah. I'm Mr. He Miser. I think it goes above Rudolph's, but just above it.
Okay, that's fair. I've only heard like people show me like the songs or something. That's all I've seen from it.
No. Our
What's
opinions are like the points on whose line is it anyway. Well, guess what, man? I think they do matter, so there. How about that?
What's New Scooby Doo? Merry Scary Holiday.
Didn't watch it.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Never watched it.
Oh, really? I
Mm,
saw it. It wasn't. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't my favorite.
okay.
I'd probably put it. I'd
A
put
lot
it
of
in.
those spoof ones or like kind of I'm not a big fan of like Christmas comedies unless I feel like they're actually
Mm-hmm.
witty enough. So
Like it was basically because their kids weren't coming up for Christmas. This husband and wife were like, "Oh, we're not gonna do Christmas this year," but then their whole neighborhood is like, "What do you mean you're not doing Christmas?" Rah, 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 rah. I was like,
mm,
so it was just weird. It was just weird.
I got you. Okay.
So, iCarly, is there a Christmas thing
Bro,
there?
I don't even remember the Christmas one for that, so that can go when I haven't seen just because I don't remember it. I didn't watch
All
iCarly,
right.
so
Phineas and Ferb, A Very Perry Christmas.
yeah, no, didn't see it.
Prep and Landing.
Nope.
Santa Buddies.
Maybe saw clips a long time ago. That's about it.
Deck the Halls.
Nope.
Unaccompanied
I am so
Minors.
shocked Jingle All the Way is there. I was gonna say I'm so
I
shocked
had
that's
to
not
add
on
it.
there.
These last four I had to add.
Really?
Yep. Yep. I was like, what do you mean Jingle All the Way isn't on there?
I am super shocked that wasn't on the list. Okay.
Right? That's what I
But
was
they
thinking.
added Grinch and Rudolph twice. That's cool. Okay.
Yep. But yeah, so Unaccompanied Minors.
Never heard of it.
Uh,
You've seen it? Oh, gee, I
I've
haven't even
seen it.
heard of that.
This again, my dad was like, "Oh, let's get random movies for you guys to see." And I'm like, "Why? Gee, you shouldn't have." I'd probably put it down in horrible.
Okay.
It was
fair
just
enough.
all these kids stuck in this airport because a blizzard hit, and they're having to fly to. I don't remember much of it. I just remember all these spoiled kids stuck in an airport. So
Interesting.
yeah, explain
So
that,
Shazam is on
Bacon.
the list, but not Jingle All
Exactly.
the Way. Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's crazy.
I know it's why him?
Yeah, don't care. I don't like Will Ferrell. That's so I'd never watch most of those. I think that's Will Ferrell, isn't it?
I don't know if it's Will Ferrell.
Well, it's at least James Franco I know, and I don't particularly care for him in every single thing either. So
That's fair. That's fair. The Last Holiday.
never watched. Wait, is that Queen Latifah?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I've seen it then. Okay, it took me a second. I had to
Oh,
remember. That's the one where she's gonna die, right?
yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that one is pretty good.
I'd put I'd put it above the Grinch. Oh wait,
You huh?
actually I
Are
don't
you kidding
know.
me?
I don't know.
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. This is a giant upset here. What are we talking about? This is a top of the nice list for
Yes. I love this
you?
movie. I
What?
wouldn't say it's a Christmas movie though, but it's up there.
What in the you added it though. What do you mean you wouldn't say it's a Christmas movie?
Because like it has Christmas element to it, but it's not like I don't know, you could remake it without the Christmas aspect of it and it would still be good. But
But
because
this is
there's
a
Christmas
Christmas
on
tier list, so
because there's Christmas in it, I'd throw it in here.
that's crazy. That's crazy. You're crazy. This is my crash out one, I think, for anything you've had.
Oh, fight me.
I
Fight me
think
on
it's
it.
I think it's a good film, but it's not like a good Christmas film by any means. And it's even in that regard, it's like I would put it like I could maybe do if you were just talking me, I could maybe say a Holly Jolly one's at the very bottom, but that's like really that's me being like super nice because I'd probably put it in stocking stuffer.
All right. Well, let's put it in Holly Jolly in the middle then.
Okay, fair enough. That's crazy. I didn't know that was like a
I
beloved one for
love
you.
I love The Last Holiday.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
it's
All
so
right.
good. It's so good. I think the reason I thought of it
Fascinating.
and added it was because I saw in another tier list that they had it and I'm like, "Oh, like technically it is a Christmas movie." So, I made sure to add
Yo,
it because I really like it.
this is wild. What a giant upset this is.
Oh.
No way it goes above A Christmas Story. Yeah. Hey, look, I tried to fight for A Christmas Story Labyrinth. I did. I tried to fight for it. So.
Well, here we are. The Nuttiest Nutcracker.
No, I haven't seen it.
That's like an acid trip, but it's a funny. It's like it's so
Oh my
bad it's
gosh,
good.
you've seen so many ones that are just like these like crazy. I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah,
that's insane.
like I said, we didn't have TV, so it was either whatever my dad bought and brought or rented and brought home, or whatever my grandpa recorded on the TV while he just let the VHS record, and then whenever it ran out, and he'd give us that for like Christmas or whatever. So one of
That's
them
crazy.
was the
Okay.
Nuttiest Nutcracker.
Yeah.
I'd probably put it somewhere. I'd probably put it in top of Cole worthy because it's funny. Like it's so bad, it's funny, but it feels
Okay.
like an acid trip.
Interesting. It looks like Food Wars. Do you know that film Food Wars that was like notoriously bad?
I don't think so, no.
Interesting. I might have to show you that.
Alrighty.
Not like watch the film, just like show you what I'm talking about.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's fair, that's fair. Jingle All the Way.
I like Jingle All the Way. I've only seen it once though. It's I
Same.
like I think it's crazy that he turns into a superhero by the end.
Yeah,
I think that that's kind
right?
of funny. It's very different.
Oh, man.
But it does have some great lines like "Put that cookie down, put it
Yep,
down right now."
yep.
Um, yeah, Food Fight, Brady. It might have been Food Fight. Um,
Welcome in, Raiders! Hi,
okay, yeah, that's what I
Elias!
was thinking about putting it there as well. Hey
Oh,
there.
no, no, you're
How we
good.
doing,
I just had to
Elias?
put it down so I could mute the sound, but
Oh,
hey, guys! Jingle All the Way is S tier. I will fight. Hi, Aki.
interesting. Yeah, it's between Stocking Stuffer and Holly Jolly Ones, I think, for me, because that's not one I'd run to. But it was like it's fun.
Like,
He's trying to get his kid this toy that he wants, so it's definitely all about Christmas related things.
yeah.
It just becomes something crazy by the time you're so.
Yeah, I'd put it bottom of Holly Jolly because again I've only seen it once, so I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
Um,
like I said, it's got some memorable moments, like the "Put that cookie down,
put
put it
that
down
pokey
right now,"
down.
and I remember the superhero's name, Turbo Man. So like the fact that I remember
Mm-hmm.
some of those details, I remember that it's pretty good.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um,
No worries. Thanks
but
for the raid, Elias. Sorry, I
I
cut you
don't
off
go out of
there.
my
Go
way to
ahead.
watch it though.
Yeah, like it's cute. It's cute. It's wholesome. It's funny.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah. I had to make sure that was in there. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, why is this not in the list?
Hmm. Yeah, that's wild.
And then last one is the Christmas Story Keepers.
Never seen it, so that's for you.
I personally love the Story Keepers.
Okay.
I'd put it like, mm, I'd probably put it like somewhere there.
Okay, fair enough. Oh,
Uh,
really? Above well, I guess in terms because we had to compromise, so I guess.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 Mister. Oh, like, well, I can't believe it. Yeah, we compromised.
Yo,
Um,
hey, listen, we had to compromise for like two or three of mine that I would
I
have said
know,
were way higher.
I know, and here we are.
All right, guys. So this is it. This is the list.
There we go. Fun Oculor. We were at the Mall of America when they were filming the chase scene between Arnold and Sinbad at a national junior Bible quiz competition.
What?
I was messing around with the handicap button and I accidentally opened the door for Sinbad and his entourage. Oh my
Are you
gosh.
kidding me?
That's
Like
hilarious.
you mean in the film you did that, or you're saying just for the actors you accidentally did that? Are you kidding? That's actually crazy Oculor. That's wild.
That's that's fantastic. Oh my gosh.
We were at the Mall of America when they were filming the chase scene between Arnold and Sinbad
Oh,
at a
no, while they
national
were on their way to
junior.
filming. That's okay.
Oh, got you. That's crazy. What? Did you ever see Arnold during that time or just Sinbad? That's wild. What the heck? You were at the Mall of America during that time while they were filming. How did that Do you remember how that worked? Did they like have a bunch of places cut off that you couldn't go to during that time? No, other members of our group saw him running through Legoland. That's
Yes.
wild.
Oh, that's
That's
funny.
that's crazy, dude. That's actually really cool. Yo, wait. Okay, so again, so you never saw Arnold, but they saw him running through Legoland. Yes, a large amount of the areas they were filming were blocked off. Okay, so you couldn't, so you couldn't even probably go and fully, like check out the Mall of America. Then I'd been to the Mall of America before one time, and interesting,
Hmm.
interesting. Wow, so
That's cool though.
that is really cool, man. Aki got crazy lore.
Right, Nix? My gosh.
Yeah. Only lore I have is that I met Billy Zabka and Joey from Full House. That's it. That's my two bits of lore.
Nice. Well, that's so cool.
Hmm. Yeah, it was fun.
Ah.
Dang, that's crazy. You were there for the filming of it. That's wild. Just like a little dude, huh? Just like a little guy. Wow. Okay.
Well, there we have it, sports fans. That
There we
is
go.
our
There it all
tier
is.
list. Just shrink
I
that
think
down a
the
little bit.
hottest takes that we had, like, interestingly enough, because I thought there'd be more,
Mm.
um, was Home Alone 2 not being higher, Christmas Story not being higher, and Elf not being. Well, actually, not. It was the only one that was really. There wasn't a ton of people really fighting for Elf. There was a couple of like people saying, "I liked it,"
Mm.
but nothing particularly. Nothing particularly. Yeah, so I think it was really just those two were the main. Well, and then I guess Phineas and Ferb with. So
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But that was just your own personal opinion on that.
true.
My
Very
Laura's
true.
my Laura's is way cooler than this one time at band camp. Agreed. Agreed. Oh man.
Yeah.
Where's the Muppet Christmas
Where's
Carol?
the Muppets? Everyone loves that one, but we never saw it.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, so it's down. There's a lot in
We haven't seen.
haven't seen. Yeah, like this is all haven't seen.
A lot of them are like Hallmark movies or like off-brand, like or not off-brand, but like again like Kung Fu Panda Christmas, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all those like off ones from like bigger shows or whatever. So like we just haven't really decided to waste our lives with that. So,
Uh,
but I'm not a Muppets guy, so I never grew up with Muppets. I never watched Muppets, so I don't know anything about Muppets really.
mm.
I'm not a big like puppet person. I never was a big fan of like the puppet stuff. I did watch The Dark Crystal though, which was also a Jim Henson thing, and I hated that.
Oh.
So
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I've seen snippets of it. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
the puppets are very gross looking. I don't care for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, puppets just aren't really my thing. So
And that is okay. Just like some of us, Elf isn't our thing, so it's okay.
yeah, Space Cloud Jam. You will probably be sad to know that we only had Die Hard up there because we're saying it's a good movie, not because it's a Christmas movie, but because it's part of the list, we had to put it up there. So
Yeah.
just like we put Into the Spider Verse and Trading
Yeah.
Places and some of these other ones that technically have Christmas, like they have like a they're like on Christmas, but like have nothing to do with anything Christmas story wise.
Yeah. Hey, Gran! Yeah, we did. Well, we put Jingle All the because we both have only seen it once. We put it in Holly Jolly Ones. Oops. But yeah. See, I'm so glad I added it now that I know some people are like, "Where's Jingle All the Way?" It's like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is one of like the better like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that was more about him trying to take a turn in comedy. Because I remember he,
mm,
he he did an interview where he was like saying how he didn't want to get like typecast for just doing like action hero type stuff because he had
mm,
been doing like Terminator, Commando, um, True Lies, like stuff like that, like a lot of those actiony ones. So he wanted to get in on doing the comedy stuff, and so he did that one with Danny DeVito that I can't remember, Twins, I think it's called. Um, and so Jingle All the Way was part of that campaign of him trying to do comedic stuff,
mm-hmm,
and people were into it, especially in the 90s specifically. So
mm-hmm. Man, the '90s had some crazy films.
hmm yeah, they just tried things.
Mm-hmm.
They just went for it sometimes. So
Yep, yep.
nobody's willing to try nothing no more.
Well, because everything has to
Was
fit
it called
in this
Junior?
box. I love that we thought of different Arnold
What?
and Danny movies.
Oh, Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they did Junior and Twins together, 2 separate movies. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Well,
not a
there you
bad
go.
list. Not a bad list.
No, I think that turned out pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm just happy It's a Wonderful Life is up there. That's all I care about. It's the only one I cared about.
You're just lucky that we watched it again before doing this because I
Man, I'd
would
have
have
been
fought you on
fighting you
that.
so hard. I would have been.
Yep. That would have been our own green bean casserole crash out between the two of us.
Yep. Yep.
Ah.
Yep. There would have been scorched earth over that one because
Mhm.
I'm like there's a universe somewhere out there, some world line after you schism it and separate it 50 bajillion times where I could maybe see It's a Wonderful Life goes lower on the top tier part of the list, but not lower than that.
Mhm. Mhm.
No way. Absolutely not.
Oh man. Yeah, we would have
Also, I
needed
told
an
Kat,
sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I cut you off.
I was just saying we would have needed a mediator in this in this sense. But
True. And
it's
I don't know if
fine.
we would have had anyone because nobody else really felt as strongly about it as I did.
Mm. Yeah. But sorry, what were you gonna
Um,
say?
yeah, I told Kat too. I don't know if anybody saw it recently, but Ben Shapiro made a comment recently about how It's a Wonderful Life is like, yeah, it's a really good Christmas film. It's like like the definitive Christmas film, all that. But then if for anyone that's seen it, he said that Mr. Potters was actually right and that he should have taken over the different stuff because he was actually more of like a hardline capitalist
Oh my
and
gosh.
George Bailey was more of like a socialist. And I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Crazy. It's like, that's actually wild. That actually was like that's an extremely hot on top of the fact that George Bailey wasn't doing socialism. It was just that's just how banks work
Mhm.
is giving money from somebody else to somebody else so that they can make something happen and then they pay it back so that somebody else can do whatever.
Yep.
Um yeah, that's a crazy take. Mr. Potter is actually evil. You guys should have seen Kat and she's like the whole thing her the consensus she had walking away after I was like, "Well, what'd you think the film?" She's like, "Oh yeah, it's a lot better than I thought, but man, I wanted Mr. Potter to have like he needed to come up and see just like anytime he comes up, she's like, this guy's scum. He's scum. He's the worst." Like it was so funny.
Just like what an absolute trash human being. It's like I hope you choke on your own spit and just things like that. I was so mad. So freaking mad. Like just actually a terrible human being.
You're worth more dead than alive.
See, I think that's also what triggered me was because that's what kind of pushed him over the edge
Mm-hmm.
was you're worth
Yep.
more like everyone would be better off without you because you'd actually have money that way if you
Mm-hmm.
were dead.
Yep.
And it's like, don't you ever say that to anybody.
Yep. 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 Yeah, he was literally just a bad person. Like like he
Mm-hmm.
just mustache twisting one note villain, but he does it so well. The guy that did the acting for him, he's such a good evil like money hoarding guy. He's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Lionel something. I can't remember the rest of his name. Lionel something.
Little something, but just oh, what a trash man. Absolute trash. Throw him out. Throw him out with the trash. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
That was the
Yep.
tier list.
Yep. Yeah, good stuff, guys.
Good stuff, good stuff.
I remember Disney has so many random film ideas. They really were throwing ideas on a wall with their live action stuff, like Blank Check. Yeah, and that's what's funny is the guy that wrote Blake Schneider to Save a Cat. Blake Schneider wrote that film and he uses it all the time. But like so many people kind of, it's like Blank Check is notorious for being not a great film, which is kind of ironic because Save the Cat is like it's considered like one of the most definitive screenwriting books of all time, like how to write a screenplay and stuff like that. So it's like
Mm.
I have heard that though. A lot of the people who can write can't teach, and the people that can teach can't write. That's usually how that works.
Mm,
It's very interesting, but
that gives me flashbacks to my one prof. He
mm,
literally every class he'd brag about how he has such a high IQ and how he was invited to this private college for only those with high IQs and stuff. And then we'd all be sitting there like, okay, great. Are you going to teach us anything? And then he could not teach.
mm,
And we're all just like, what's the point in having such a high IQ and being a teacher if you can't even freaking teach?
yeah, very,
So dumb.
very strange. It's a very strange phenomenon for sure.
Yeah. It is what it is, though, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, friends. Sorry I had to throw another tier list at you guys. Just, nah.
It's all right. We need Kat to recover.
I'll get there. I'll get there
And if you
soon.
want to help her recover, guys, did you know that you can give her all kinds of money to help recover?
That doesn't
You
help
know
me
what would really help
recover.
Kat recover? Buying her an entire computer, and you can do that right now today if you so choose. You can go down into the About page on this channel, and you can see that she has a Throne wish list and an Amazon wish list. And so you can buy her an entire computer through that, or any other gifts that you have. Hey, why not both? Why not do both, you know? What's money to you? It's of no object when it's for Kat, right?
Oh my
And so
gosh.
then for Ko-Fi, you can also give her through that, or coffee, whichever it is. And if you get any Dragon's Treasure tea or coffee, you can use the affiliate link, Catherine_Naomi, to get 10% off your entire order at checkout. You can also give to her through biddies and subbies and gifted subbies. And yeah, so just give all of your money to Kat today. You know you'll feel better for it.
My gosh.
So,
Thanks for the resub, Zach. I appreciate it.
yippee! Go broke for Kat.
Oh my
That's the
gosh.
spirit. That's the Christmas spirit. The Katniss spirit.
Thanks for the resub, Grace. Goobers.
Yay!
My gosh. I appreciate y'all. Although it doesn't help me get healthy, but I'm trying my darndest to get healthy. But I appreciate y'all.
Smiles make people laugh, and then laughter is medicine. Quite literally. So.
Fair. But I will say I am feeling a lot better than yesterday. Like yesterday, well, and I'm hoping that I sound better than yesterday. Yesterday was rough.
You sound like a little stuffed up a little bit, but yesterday I could definitely tell. Like I stopped in to listen for just a moment for you and Bunny, and your voice sounded like it was going.
Yeah,
For
it
sure.
was the deepest of deeps, and yeah, it was a time. But we still had a fun time yesterday. It was still good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got slapped with a fever and just slept almost the entire day yesterday. Ah.
Nice.
So my throat's
I
a
mean,
little
not nice.
sore. Well, nah, it was funny. It was funny. People were joking about oohs and RRs and stuff, and I'm like, nope, 100 bucks, and then maybe I'll do it. But no.
Had to
Ah.
hit him with the ara.
Yeah, I made sure not to say it in that voice because I'm like, nope, that'll be clipped forever. So I said the ara ara. Ara ara. Anyway. Hi, River, welcome in. Also, I just woke up. That's fair. It be the holiday times. Yes. I'm on the healing journey. We're getting there. Which I'm hoping is soon because my one brother is driving up to visit us for the holidays. And I'm like, does he know we're all sick? Looks like, yeah, he knows. I'm like, what is wrong with you all? My gosh. So
Dang.
here's hoping he doesn't get sick. I have to like sanitize
Surely he'll be
everything.
fine.
I hope so. My gosh. But anyway, this is fun. I see a Miss Keishu is live and I never get to raid her. So Gotta spread the sickness and cheer. Oh my gosh. Uh,
Nice.
but yes. I was thinking it'd be fun if we rated a Miss Kishu. Looks like she's making I don't know what she's making, but she's crocheting, which is fun.
Yeah. Interesting.
Thea, welcome
Can't tell what it is yet.
in.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Welcome in. How was your stream? What were you streaming, girly? Good to see ya. Hello, hello. You're just in time for us to raid out. But yeah, before we head out, Hood, do you have anything that's up and coming? Anything exciting?
Nothing particularly different. I'm still trying to work on a couple of different things. I have, well, I do have a collab that I did. Well, two collabs technically that I did with one Mystique Reality. So those will be coming out eventually. Aside from that, I'm still working on the Garten of Bonbon stuff and the game dev stuff. So, but I don't feel so bad lingering that out now that you got sick and your voice doesn't work. So I have to wait for you anyway for
I
the one.
know. I was so bummed about that. I was excited to do more. I'm like, man, this sucks. Now I gotta wait.
Yeah, we were talking about it like I think this weekend, and we
Yeah.
were like maybe we could try, and then she just got absolutely destroyed. So,
Could have made for, some other fun voices, just saying.
yeah, but it would not have made me feel good to let you shred your throat while. So.
It is what it is. We do
But yeah,
we
so I
do
have
things for the
that.
content.
So that's not good content. You dying is not good content. Not funny.
I think it'd be
0
funny.
out of 10.
I think it'd be
0
funny.
out of 10. But yeah, the two videos are me and Misty did some Spelunky 2, and then we also
Nice.
did some It Takes Two. So I will be releasing those in due time. So you can look forward to that. As well as more shorts from other things that I've already done.
Yeah. It's the season. Merry Christmas, cat. Merry Christmas, Thea. Sick cat is content, or sick cat content is 50% funny and 50% concerning. How about that? You know what? Sure. We'll compromise. We'll compromise. But yeah, thanks
that's
for.
about it.
Alrighty. Lord willing, if my health continues to progress and not regress, I'll be back tomorrow with Brady and doing some 12 Days of Christmas. And then Christmas Day, I don't know what time yet. It'll depend on family stuff, but I will be doing a little cozy stream, a little face cam stream. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, with a Tim Tam slam. So join me for that, guys.
Interesting. All right. Okay.
And then Boxing Day, which I realize Americans have no idea what that is. Day after Christmas.
No.
We'll be back here with wait. Yeah, no, that's correct.
Me.
Yeah, we'll have Hood. We'll have Hood for 12 Days of Christmas. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. You'll have me again.
Yeah. Since we won't get a morning monologues on Thursday.
Yeah, it works out.
This is fine. This is fine. It'd be fun. But yeah. Silly Canadians and their Boxing Day. Just kidding. Love you, Kat. Love you too, Thea. It's all good. See, to me, it makes sense because was I talking with you or who was I talking with? I was like explaining Boxing Day. Oh, I think it was Bunny. And she's like, Boxing Day. I'm like, yeah. Like, she's like, why do they call it Boxing Day? I'm like, oh, well, it's when you box everything up after Christmas because Christmas is done. Although most people don't actually do that. So
no. It took me all that time to get it up there. It's staying up for at least another couple months, especially if it continues snowing. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Well, especially like, I don't know, with how depressing life is and stuff. It's like we need a little joy. Keep the tree up a little longer.
Mhm. Enjoy the
Uh
nice lights for a little bit.
mm-hmm. Hey Arthur, welcome in. How's it
What's up, man?
going? Speaking of Canadians, I was just
Yeah.
explaining Boxing Day to them because they don't know what Boxing Day is.
Yeah, we don't have that. I would immediately think Boxing Day is fighting people. So
See, that's what I thought when I was a kid. I'm like, why are people fighting? But yeah. Well, it's such a thing up here in Canada. There's Boxing Day sales. So, like day after Christmas sales. So, anyway. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I'm gonna try to remember to post the schedule this week. So, I mean, you can box people
Neat.
on that day.
That's the spirit. That's the after Christmas spirit. But yes.
But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna raid Kishu because she is live and I never get to raid her. And yeah, if you guys could keep
Mhm.
praying for me health wise, that'd be great. Because I hate being sick and this sucks. But
Yeah.
anyway, we're gonna go raid Kishu.
Yippee.
Yippee! Wah!
Yes, this was fun. Thank you for listening to me rant about David for the first half of this as well. So
There were a couple people wondering, like, if this is how the movie tier list is gonna go, this is gonna take like a long time. I'm like, no. David's not a Christmas movie. We're just crashing about David first, and then uh that'll be fine.
yeah. I just had
So
to get it out of my system.
yeah. But yeah, I don't blame you. It sounded yeah. Mm,
Disappointing.
yeah. Disappointing to say the least. It's like, oh
Yeah.
man. But it
Mhm.
is what it is. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, friends. Hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever the heck you are. And as always, remember you're awesome and you are loved. Mwah. Sick forehead kissies. Let's go. And yeah, yes, don't forget the merch.
Cooties.
You only have till end of December. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. So until then, bye bye.
Bye.